Hey, everybody, what's going on? Hopefully you can hear us and everything like that, because we've been moving all the shit around in here, so, you know.
Yeah, let's just do an audio check. If audio sounds good, go ahead and drop it in the comments.
I mean, it says it's on, so, but it sometimes gets turned off, and the camera gets moved around, and shit like that. Sorry about that.
Damn, what the hell?
Okay.
What are you doing out there?
Being rednecks.
Yeah.
What's up, Murder Hornet? Who's an edgelord? Hi, Zach. Hi, Sebastian. Hi, everybody.
Yep, so it's another Friday night.
Thank God.
And
man, this has been a long week.
Yeah, we're winding down. We're not going anywhere. We're going to stay in tonight.
Yeah, I like going out. I do.
Yeah.
But tonight I was just kind of like, man, it'll just be nice to have a drink and do the live stream and not go anyplace. Eat some peanut butter cookies. Tom made peanut butter cookies.
Made peanut butter cookies. They're pretty good.
They are pretty good.
I wasn't really happy with them when they came out of the oven. When they were still hot, they were like, it's kind of mediocre. When they cooled off, they tasted a lot better. They tasted pretty good.
I thought they were yummy, but you know what I mean. Can't go wrong with peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter cookies, evidently. I haven't had one when they were hot in a long time. I guess they're not that good when they're hot.
I kind of feel like peanut butter cookies are one of the few cookies that are actually a little bit better when they're at room temperature.
Yeah, when they're at room temperature.
I'm not really sure why that is. You can't really taste like the full body of the peanut butter flavor when they're super hot. It's not like a chocolate chip cookie where you got to get that shit right out of the oven and it's delicious.
Oh yeah, right out of the oven. Those are good. And actually, oatmeal cookies right out of the oven.
And oatmeal cookies are right out of the oven. Yeah, he made oatmeal cookies last week, I think.
So
well, the peanut butter cookies, you made some the other night, but you burned them.
Yep. Burned. Thanks for reminding me, Jen. But you know what? One sheep pan burned in this too, and I still did because the first one, I went to go look for cooking time, and my eyes actually fell on prep time. It said 15 minutes. The cook time was actually 10.
Yeah.
Overcooked them by 5 minutes, and on cookies, that's fucking critical.
Yeah, you can't.
And I'm looking at this recipe, and it's saying 375 Fahrenheit. I'm going. I've never heard of a cookie being cooked at 375. It's always 350.
Yeah, generally.
Right. So they got me the wrong cooking time too, wrong cooking temperature, and the wrong cooking time. Normally, a cookie's about 10 minutes. You know?
Well, that's what this one was.
10 minutes, and it's fucking 350. It's not 375. I don't remember. I go back and look at it. Anyway, the top rack, or had 2 racks in there. Had the 2 cookie sheets on the top rack. They cooked well at that temperature and time. But the one right into the fucking cookie, right in the cookie sheet, right underneath it, in the rack right underneath it, burnt in the same amount of time.
Yeah. Weird. Our oven's weird.
Yeah. It was only, thing is, though, it was only 7 cookies.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I didn't know how many you were making.
It was a small one. No.
All I know was you were like, oh, I'm making peanut butter cookies, and then like a little while later you yelled up the stairs, I burned them!
No, the first time, The first time they all burned.
Yeah.
The second time, only the ones on the bottom burned.
Oh, that's
But they looked good on the top.
Yeah,
just
but
when
the
you
bottoms
flipped
were
the
burned?
bottom, they were black.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, fuck, but there's only 7 cookies in that sheet.
Well, that's all right then.
But
I mean, it looked like you made a lot.
Yeah. I'll make some more.
You made a lot.
I'll make some more. The problem, but what I'm saying is that, you know, that the temperature's got to be too high. 375 can't be.
Yeah,
right.
that's
it's
odd.
It's got to be 350.
I mean, now that I think about it, not like I've made millions of cookies, but I've made a lot of cookies in my day, and usually it's 350.
Y'all do me a favor and Google cooking time on fucking peanut butter cookies and temperature. It should be more like 10 minutes, 350.
Almost all cookies are 10 minutes, unless they're like really
and really, you want them to be, if you want them, I like them a little less than that, like 8 minutes. So they're a little bit
like
gooey.
soft, gooey.
A little soft, yeah. And it should be, I'm thinking 350, 10 minutes. That's got me, they had me 375, 10 minutes. It worked, but not on that bottom rack.
Yeah, interesting. And those oatmeal ones you made before were really good too.
Those are 350.
Those are like last week.
And they did those.
And we had to like compromise on it because Tom likes raisins in his oatmeal cookies, and I am not a fan. I'm like, I want nuts in my oatmeal cookies, so he just put both of them in there.
I put them both. It was pecans.
And they came out really good.
Yeah.
They came out really good, actually.
It was pecans It was walnuts and crushed walnuts and raisins.
Yeah, they did come out good. I didn't.
I just got raisins. I got to get rid of.
Yeah,
got to use them. And I got a bunch of craisins too, cranberry raisins.
I like those. Actually,
I got a bunch of those.
Like those are actually really good in oatmeal cookies. High Desert 004 says, by the way, love your Lovecraft necklace. Thank you very much. I always get a lot of compliments on this. I got this from like years ago. Like a friend of mine got it from Etsy and gave it to me for my birthday, like many, many years ago. Probably 10 years ago. I don't know. Maybe not that long, but a long time ago. Yeah, Zach says, I've had the strangest week so far. Hung out with a sort of ex, which was fun. Got real worried about him. Got back in touch with another friend. Worked on a Power Rangers fan film for a friend. The editing is taking forever. And my dad got furloughed from his job after only being back for a week. So yay. That's great. Great. Slasher Fred said, do you remember those Mother's cookies? Were they the ones that were like the soft?
Yeah.
They like remember like Keebler had those soft batch ones.
Yeah, I remember those.
I think like after soft cookies started getting real popular.
I remember those. Just the name is ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm.
It was 80s, I think.
I kind of remember what the package looked like.
Yeah.
It seems to me that I saw a video about like that mentioned them not too long ago, because I watch a lot of those weird history food videos and stuff like that, so maybe it was on there. Kaylon Higgins said, I don't mind cookies being a little burnt at the bottom. Depends on what kind of cookie it is, because I kind of like ones that are sort of like crispy on the edges and like kind of gooey in the middle.
The way the bottom rack on this one did this today, it looked like a totally blonde cookie on the top, like fine. Flip it over, it's totally black. Huh. And the cookies isn't even thick.
See, that's, yeah, they were like, they're pretty
cookies.
thin. That's like weird, that's some uneven.
Yeah, some even cooking shit. That's some electric oven action.
Yeah.
Fucking hate electric. I'm gonna pull that bitch out. Fucking put a gas bottle, a propane gas bottle next to it, in the cupboard next to it, and my gas. It'd be a good idea, huh? Get a gas stove.
Yeah, because he's always complaining about it.
Fucking hate it. And then I'll get the propane bottles from the grill
and
bring them in and put them in the cabinet next to the fucking... That way you don't have to run it all around the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or have the gas outside. I mean, I could do that, but I'd rather have it clandestinely inside. And just run it. Just put the propane bottle in there.
Sounds gonna blow the house up if it kills him.
Yeah. Hey, you know, that's like a Ross solution. I'm gonna get a gas oven in here somehow. Give me that bottle.
He's gonna fucking.
Yeah.
That's almost on the same level as like all the people that have been like deep frying their turkeys for Thanksgiving and like blowing shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like that.
I'd do that too.
Well, I could do that. Yeah.
I got a big old pot. I just don't have the propane burner.
Yeah.
Those aren't expensive though. You could probably get it for $50.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be good enough to be worth the effort. I mean, I really just like turkey in the oven, to be honest with you.
It's good deep fried.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
A lot of stuff's good, and you also need that.
I mean, pretty much everything is good deep fried. That's sort of It's
that
whole
helps
thing.
with crawfish boil too. If you got a whole bunch of crawfish.
Zach says, I'm into boring granny snacks. I love my pecan sandies. I love those too, actually. I don't even care if they're granny cookies, but that's shit's delicious.
Yeah.
They're like shortbread, you know.
Yeah.
They were actually, when we go to Ichiban,
yeah,
the buffet,
Chinese buffet.
Sometimes they have on the dessert bar they have like almond cookies,
Chinese almond cookies.
Like, and those are really good because they're not like super sweet. So like sometimes, so and it's almost exactly like a pecan sandy except not quite as thick.
Yeah.
But it's almonds, obviously, other than pecan, so it's slightly different. But those are like really good. So I usually have one of those and then like some fruit.
I tear Ichiban up, man. I punish them. They're gonna put shrimp out. I'm gonna fuck them up.
Well, that's what he's.
So you should have never put these out.
He's like rampaging through, like eating all the food,
all the boiled shrimp,
at all of the
all that boiled shrimp.
You can eat buffet,
whole soup bowl of that fucking cocktail sauce, and then I'll eat the chicken thigh on a stick, and they got real good pot stickers or dumplings, fried dumplings. They're really good.
Their dumplings are really good.
Yeah, they're almost like they're handmade. I think they might be. They're really good.
Yeah, that's one thing, because they have mostly the same stuff as Koi Wan has, but that was one thing we did notice. They have egg foo young, which I really like, and they don't have at Koi Wan. But also Ichiban, their dumplings are better. I think Koi Wan, those come frozen.
Yeah.
and they just like reheat them. But the ones at Ichiban look like they're
big.
Look like they're handmade.
They look like they're handmade. They taste like they're handmade.
And people tear through them too because it's like they're always running out. Like I got up there the other day and there was one left, and I had to like scrape it out the back, and then like they just brought in a new pile.
The rest of their stuff is mediocre. They're like the General Tso's chicken, mediocre.
I don't usually eat that.
Yeah,
so.
I had a couple of bites of it. The honey chicken was okay. They didn't have any of the deep fried chickens with the sauces on it. They're just okay. They're not bad. They're just, Koi wants better. But their other shit's better, actually. I think the shrimp was about a little bit better because there's more of it out at one time.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to fuck up shrimp. Hard to fuck up boiled shrimp. But the other stuff's good, and I like the ice cream bar better, and the desserts. Yeah,
they do have better desserts.
Yeah,
like more. They have more of them and more of a variety. I don't get that many, but
the clientele, man, is a lot more redneck.
Well, it's the part of town that it
big
is.
People, nothing but whole families of fat people. Me and Jen walk in there, we're like the fucking most gorgeous motherfuckers in the place. Just calling me sir and her ma'am and shit. I'm like, yeah, thank you. I don't know where the fuck these people are from. And I'm like, we're like the only people under
Florida,
only people under 300 pounds. I mean,
easily.
They got 250, 300 pounders in there. 400 pound look like something fucking huge. And the Chinese wait staff running around fucking playing grab ass and shit. It was funny. They had a cute Chinese woman in there with some Chinese guy, and he's flirting with her, and he's getting action. And they're hiding behind the bar, and I can see what's going on. They're probably in their 30s. But I said, he's after her. And fucking, I was just talking about what Jenny J was laughing.
They were super cute. They were super in love.
She had a super plain face. She looked like one of those statues out of that damn Chinese tomb. Those little fucking soldiers' faces. She had like a face like that. She's probably about 5'8", and she had a booty on her, man. I couldn't believe it.
She had a nice butt.
Yeah, and he was chasing it.
Not a big butt, but a nice, nicely formed.
It was like
butt.
an apple booty. Yeah. She had.
See, this is the kind of shit that we talk about.
Yeah. She had a.
Tom's like, Jen, look at her butt.
Yeah. She had a banging figure. The fucking Chinese guy, he was into it.
Yeah, they were super cute. They were trying to like I don't know.
Trying to keep it on down low.
They were trying to keep it on the down low, but it was like pretty obvious that they're just like, ooh, you know what I mean? It was like pretty funny. I was like, oh, they're adorable. But you know what I mean. Sebastian says, Tom and Jenny, I got the Mammoth Mountain Poltergeist book. Looking forward to reading it. Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you like it.
If you ever want us to autograph it, just send it to us. We'll autograph it and send it back.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take a while, but you know.
Yeah.
High Desert says, I miss those iced oatmeal cookies. They used to be cheap, like $1 a package. I remember those.
Those damn rock bottom. That's ghetto cookies. They were good.
They were good, though.
They were good. You put them in milk.
And that's the thing. Like, I think when I was younger,
didn't
they
have raisins in them?
No. Okay. You could get ones with raisins in them, but we never got
both.
the ones with raisins because everyone would complain.
And they had gingerbread versions from that same company.
Yeah,
too.
that's right.
Yeah.
But they had, so we would always have those because, like I said, I grew up kind of working class, let's put it that way. So we always had like all those like really cheap dollar store like kind of snacks.
Go
and
down
stuff.
And get fucking 2 pounds of animal crackers. Ones with the fucking white and the pink icing on them.
Yeah.
With the little beads, little balls on them, little beads on them. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Those are
beads.
Those are pretty good.
Fucking love them things.
But I remember those oatmeal ones with the icing on them.
Yeah, I remember.
Like you could eat a whole fucking stack of those.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't nowadays, but back then I could.
That was 70s shit. Crappy, but they were good.
Yeah. But I wonder if you like heated them up if they'd have been all right. Probably not.
Another one I liked was just like there was another cookie that it was like an animal cracker but tasted just like a McDonald's cookie. Remember the McDonald's Land cookies?
Yeah.
Remember?
They don't have those anymore, do
No,
they?
they don't have any more.
McDonald's Land cookies? That look like Grimace and the Hamburger and all
I don't
that?
think they have those anymore. There was like an animal cracker that was that same dough. It was really good. They were kind of addictive.
They were, yeah.
They were kind of had a buttery flavor to them. If you ate one, you just would sit there and eat the whole pack.
And then Zach asked if we remembered those Little Debbies that the brownies that were kind of like Play-Doh consistency. They still got those.
Yeah.
I'll eat them if if it's all there is, but that's not my favorite. We don't buy those.
We grew up with Little Debbie. That's a Southern thing. And They cost more than they used to, but they're better. The oatmeal pies, I think, are a little better than they used. The oatmeal cream pie is a little bit better than it used to be. They have a new peanut butter cookie, or what's it? No, it's not peanut butter cookie, is it? Yeah, they call it peanut butter cookie, right?
Yeah, or something.
Something like that. It's fucking badass, but they're like 500 calories each.
Pretty much. It's like a meal.
2 peanut butter cookies about that big around. It's the size of a fucking moon pie.
Yeah, it's big.
With peanut butter in between, sandwiched in between the 2 cookies. It's almost kind of like a soft Nutter butter cookie. Remember?
Yeah. It's dense.
Yeah, it's dense. And it's like a whole meal in itself. And you can't eat it, but that's really good. And they got all the new seasonal cakes. They got birthday cake. Birthday cake is really good.
I'm really into those.
Birthday cakes. Birthday cake comes in a little bar, and it's individually wrapped, and it's got little sprinkles on it. And you could unwrap one birthday cake and throw it in a bowl and put vanilla ice cream next to it, and fucking no, it's just like you had a birthday.
I mean, it's good. You could pretend it's your birthday every day. Well, the thing that I like about the birthday cake ones, because if I'm going to buy them, I've been buying those because, one, they do taste just like
birthday cake.
Like a birthday cake. You know, it's not quite like a zebra cake. Yeah. I like those too, but it's a slightly different.
Zebra
like the frosting is slightly different. Tasting. Well, the thing about it is that zebra cakes, they come 2 to a package. Yeah. So it's kind of like if you open a package, you kind of have to eat them both or it's going to go stale, right? So it's like, I'm like, man, that's like so many calories though. The nice thing about the birthday cake one is it's small. It's just like in a bar and it's individually wrapped. So you don't feel quite like such a fatso, like just eating one because you don't have to eat like both of them. Yeah. And it's like, I really
We keep them at the snack bar up here. We got a snack bar upstairs.
Yeah, under the ice machine.
Under the ice machine.
Every week or so we go and be like, are we going to go get some small Debras? We'll go get some small Debras. Yeah. I usually get the birthday cake ones. I got 2 things of birthday cake ones last time because those are really good.
Dollar General sells out of them quickly. And they sell the smaller boxes. And, you know, like a lot of times the fucking ice cream or the sandwich itself is smaller too, not just the package. You got to go to Publix to get the
big ones.
The big ones. And like the expensive, more designer flavors. Dollar General, they just had the basic one: cream pie,
Swiss cake roll, sometimes zebra cakes, Star Crunches,
nutty butter. No, what's a nutty?
Is it Nutter Butter or Nutty Buddy or
Nutty Buddy?
I don't remember. I thought Nutty Buddy was the ice cream thing.
Nutty Buddy, I think is what it's called.
But I don't remember.
Or Nutter Butter, I think.
I mean, we have a box in there.
Yeah, I could go get it.
You could just go look. John Robertson said Fudge Rounds and Star Crunch. Still eat them to this day.
Yeah, Star Crunch.
They still sell those. Gonna say those are probably 2 of my least favorite flavors.
I like Star Crunch.
Yeah, that seems like something you would
Star Crunch is like, for you guys who don't know, Star Crunch is like, it's like a patty, and it's got, what do you call it?
It's like
caramel in the middle, kind of like chocolatey caramel in the middle, covered in Rice Krispies with chocolate. It tastes like a Reggie bar, if you guys remember what Reggie. Or no, $100,000 bar or $100,000 bar.
$100,000, yeah.
Kind of like that.
They still got those too.
But I think it might be a cookie. It's hard to tell. I think it's a cookie. It's not a candy, but it has that same flavor.
It's kind of hard in the middle, but it's like it's not quite hard enough to be a cookie, but it's too hard to be caramel.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a.
I haven't had one in a while.
It's a cookie-like substance.
It's a cookie adjacent object.
Yeah, you don't know what it is. It's a Star Crunch. It's its own thing.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of those. I don't really like those. I don't really like the Fudge Rounds. Fudge Rounds are okay. They're just kind of... I thought they were always kind of bland. I honestly prefer... If I'm going to get cake, I usually like vanilla cake or a yellow cake. I like chocolate cake. I'm not saying that. But it's just like I usuady won't pick that if vanilla is available. Samantha says, love a good oatmeal cookie. My son likes those Pepperidge Farm... gingerbread men. The Pepperidge Farm shit is all good, and even like Zach said about the mint Milanos, which is probably my favorite Pepperidge Farm. When I was growing up, I was super into the Chessmen. Like I loved those.
That was a mint cookie with chocolate, right?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like those.
It's green and red. It's a green cookie, I think, with chocolate.
No. It's not green.
I thought you could see a little bit of the cookie sticking out through the corner.
No, it's the mint Milano. It's 2 cookies. They almost look like Madeleines, and then it just has like a layer of like kind of a hard chocolate and then like a white mint in the middle. Okay. It's like a sandwich cookie. Yeah. They have plain Milanos too, which are also good, but the mint Milanos are the shit.
This is a fat people conversation.
It is, yeah. Well, we just kind of got on that because we were talking about peanut butter cookies because you made peanut butter cookies today when I got home. So that's why you made peanut butter cookies.
And I made butter chicken.
And you made butter chicken, which is delicious.
Yeah, made that yesterday though.
Yeah, we've been eating off that for a couple of days. Well, that's why if you're gonna make Indian food, you might as well make a big, huge pot of it because it gets better each successive day, so you don't get sick of it. You know what I mean?
Day 3, it's like, man, it's even better.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, let's have some more.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why I ended up, like when we first moved in together. I think that's why I ended up gaining so much weight because you made so much
good shit.
You made so much Indian food, and it's like a lot of times it was so delicious. You'd be like, man, I'm gonna go back and get seconds, and then like a couple hours later, I'm gonna go get some more. So you'd eat like 4 or 5 bowls of it, like over the course of a day.
Just making all that Thai food too.
Yeah.
Remember all that Thai shrimp?
Yeah. I think you made, like I said, one time, and I can't even remember what it was, but you made kind of like a Thai shrimp soup.
Coconut soup, yeah.
Like with coconut, and man, oh, that was so good. And it's like, I don't even remember where we got that recipe from. But holy shit, that was good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Made that in your old apartment.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
My old shitty apartment.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that. You came over and made it.
Yeah.
Back in the old days.
Back in the ancient days.
Slasher Fred said, do you remember those classic Cookie Crisp cereal commercials with the rivalry between Cookie Crook and Cookie Cop? I remember those. I kind of do remember those, actually. I used to really like Cookie Crisp. I probably still like it nowadays. I haven't had it in a long time. I don't even know if they still sell it.
That had that Cookie Jarvis guy, right?
Yeah. Cookie Jarvis.
Yeah.
Oh, Cookie Jar. Oh.
Cookie Jar, yeah.
I only just got that.
Cookie Jar. He was like the cookie fucking wizard.
I was like, Jarvis? What does that mean? Why is that his name? And then I was like, oh, duh.
Yeah, he was the cookie wizard.
Sorry, I'm kind of stupid. It took me a long time.
I can't believe I'm the only person that remembers Kugel. I thought I had hallucinated Kugel until I Googled it. And it was like, no, I remember Kugel was imitation peanut butter. What's that?
You Googled Kugel.
Yeah, Googled Kugel. It was imitation flavored peanut butter. They couldn't call it peanut butter. There wasn't enough peanut butter in it, evidently. I think they just called it peanut spread, flavored peanut spread.
Yeah, I guess if you call things a spread, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Kids liked it. Adults couldn't eat it. It was terrible.
Well, you know.
It had a bunch of different flavors.
Kids have kind of fucked up palates.
Yeah. And I have an idea that what we call Kugel is what Europeans call their version of peanut butter. I think their version of peanut butter is actually Kugel. Because I've never had peanut butter, but evidently British peanut butter and like maybe like German peanut butter with the shit that they would make there is supposed to be horrible. They don't like it. Doesn't sell. It's probably Kugel.
Yeah, it's probably like really shitty peanut butter.
Yeah, really fucking imitation.
Because I'm always kind of fascinated by that because I have heard, and I don't know if this is still the case, but I have heard that they didn't sell like good peanut butter over there like in Europe.
Yeah.
They would sell some other like weird kind of thing and people were like, Americans eat this shit gross.
Yeah,
and it's
like, no, we don't eat that either.
We don't eat that either.
we
have the good shit.
We had a German girl, what's her name, Sandra, right?
Yeah.
Sandra used to be in here all the time, and I talked about peanut butter so much. She was in Germany. She went and got some. She got addicted to it.
Yeah.
All right. She's like, oh yeah. She was buying all the different kinds and buying Skippy and Jif and Peter Pan.
Yeah.
All the imported shit. And they didn't have anything like that in Germany. So they had peanut butter. It was terrible though. And she was like, oh well, now I understand what you're talking about. This shit's great. She's trying to eat it and everything. Yeah, she's mixing it in with ice cream. That's great.
See, that's always really good.
Vanilla ice cream.
You melt it a little bit in the microwave and then pour it over there, like.
Yeah, just mix it in with your ice cream. Fucking super.
Way better than chocolate syrup, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I like ice cream and because I like to like sprinkle peanuts on there too.
Peanut butter and vanilla ice cream, turn it into a shake, and blend a fucking banana in there. Peanut butter banana shake, man.
See, I don't like bananas.
Make you fat.
Well, yeah. Kaylin says, "Isn't peanut butter a good appetite suppressor?" I don't know.
I can eat a lot of it.
So it doesn't work on him.
It doesn't work on me.
Slasher Fred said, it's too bad they don't show those Hostess commercials on TV anymore where an animal would mistake an object for a Hostess candy and ask, where's the cream filling? Oh, yeah. I kind of remember those, too. Man, that's like a fucking blast from the past.
I don't remember that. What was that again? Explain that again.
Hostess.
An animal would do what?
Would, like, mistake an object for something from Hostess and be like, "Where's the
No, I don't remember
the creamy filling?"
Yeah,
which that has a potential of some real sideways situations. Let's put it that way. But yeah. So what else can we talk about? Looked like everybody enjoyed the show that we did about the Long Island serial killer on Friday night.
Somebody's asked me about Elvis and peanut butter
sandwiches.
Yeah, it's in my recipe book that Jenny printed up for me. We got a real good recipe book. That sandwich is included. It's called Fool's Gold.
Yeah,
that's what Elvis's chef somewhere. He used to go to a special restaurant. His favorite chef, who's a buddy of his, would make him a sandwich called Fool's Gold, and it was like buttered French bread or Italian bread.
A whole loaf
of it cut down the middle with an entire jar of peanut butter on the loaf. What else was on it?
Was there jelly on it?
I think there might have been jelly. No.
And then there was bacon on it?
Yeah, I might have had bacon, I think. Bacon or something. I go back and look at it. And he charged $100 for that.
I don't know if it was deep fried, though. Was it?
No.
I don't think so.
It was fried in a pan.
Yeah, it was pan fried.
Pan fried.
Not deep fried.
Yeah. Not one deep fried.
I'm curious now. I'm sure we can find it on the internet. I'm curious how many calories that has.
Enough to kill you.
Well, probably. Although he ate them more than once, so it didn't kill him the first time.
It was a giant...
How can anybody eat that much in one sitting?
It was fucking Elvis, man.
Without keeling over. Man.
I always fucking like, we used to touch on the subject of Elvis, him being a legend of the South and being born in Tupelo, which wasn't really far from where I lived in Mississippi. And, everybody there is some kind of a fucking cousin. And then he moves away and he becomes like a rock star of the South and then nationwide. But he never did a U.S. tour. He never did a world tour. Only toured in the U.S. That one movie that we saw about him, I liked it because it was kind of accurate, I think, of the situation Elvis was in. It kept him under tight control. But his decline, there have been all kinds of these theories of what had happened to him. He fell and got hurt, and then he started taking medicine, they called medicine. Got addicted to pills. Painkillers.
That happens to a lot of people that are in accidents and stuff.
And what I believe happened, this is my theory, based on the complaints, he was complaining, first of all, he complained that he needed his pills all the time, so he was addicted to that. And then he started saying that he had all these aches and pains in his body, and he just didn't feel right. He started to fucking basically become impotent, and he just lived at the fucking, what was the Sands Hotel? What was the name of that hotel that he lived in?
Can't remember
the
now.
Dunes or the Sands, something like that. And he got pretty weird. But one thing about Elvis is that when he gained weight, he actually sounded better. He sounded like he could sing like Pavarotti. His voice is.
You need that
good.
fat. You need all the room for the sound to kind of like echo around in there.
Yeah. So I think what happened was he wasn't that old. He died young. I think those pills had caused him to reach early andropause. He hit male menopause. It was just fucking feel like shit. And he tried to mask it with more opiates. And, which makes it worse. And so then you start putting on a lot of weight, especially if you're eating, because you don't have any testosterone in your system. And if you start fucking putting a lot of food on top of that, your cells just can't fucking metabolize well. There's no androgenic signaling going on in there. Elvis needed drug rehab and he needed HRT. He could have fucking made a comeback. Elvis really should have been famous into his 60s. Or if he didn't die, he probably could have made music all the way to his hands. But,
yeah, you would think.
Yeah. But he was only 40-something. I think he was in his early 40s, I think it was, when he died. I think it was like 41 or 42. He was still young.
Yeah.
Poor guy. But nobody, he didn't listen to anybody.
Well, that's what happens. John Roberts said, I looked it up Fool's Gold is 8,000 calories.
Yeah, what was in it again? It was peanut butter. I think it might have had banana in it.
I thought it was a whole jar of peanut butter, a whole jar of
bacon.
jelly.
There were some options that sometimes it had it, sometimes it didn't.
Bacon, and maybe banana on a whole entire loaf of bread.
I don't think it had...
And it was pan fried.
It may have had jelly. I don't really remember.
8,000 calories. That's like probably more calories than I eat in a week.
Yeah.
Much less in one sitting.
And his chef charged him $100 for that.
And it probably took him like 5 minutes to make it.
Yeah. That's why it was called Fool's Gold.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like that sounds like the kind of shit that like a 20-year-old college guy would make like after he was drunk, like in his dorm room.
Yeah.
Drunk or high or something like that. He's like, I've got a good idea.
That's real retro Southern shit, though. That's real retro Southern shit. It's like some shit my dad would eat.
Yeah, John says it had peanut butter, jelly, and a pound of bacon. On Italian bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Italian bread, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was Italian or French. I got the recipe in there, and I think the bacon was optional.
I think
bacon's
never optional.
Well, I think
you have to have bacon.
Evidently, I think he had it both ways, with or without the bacon. That's a lot of fucking calories, man.
Yeah, like I said, that's probably... I'm like, that's probably more calories than I eat in a week.
Yeah.
Or about the same as I eat in a whole entire week.
I just want to know, was he eating that in his fat period or when he was skinny?
Well, if he was eating it when he was skinny, then we know why he got fat. That's for sure. Holy shit. I was just reading an article not too long ago about those competitive eaters, you know? And how the weird thing is that all of the top people in those competitive eating things are all like real skinny, which I don't get. I don't get how that shit works. I was reading the one about the hot dogs, you know what I mean? Where they dip the buns in the water and shit like that. It's fucking gross.
I couldn't eat that many hot dogs.
I can't even watch.
Yeah, hot dogs suck.
I like hot dogs.
It's got to be a beef frank.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
Pork is okay. The chicken, I cannot
them,
stand those chicken franks, man.
Oh, I like turkey ones. I used to like turkey ones.
I don't like them. The texture's wrong.
Yeah, the texture's weird, but once you get used to it, it's all right. Because I used to have, because I used to like turkey, and put it. I still eat beef and stuff, but I used to put turkey in like other stuff, you know. Yeah, Camp Guy said they stretch their stomachs by drinking a lot of fluids for weeks before. That's what I thought. I mean, because I was just, I don't know. I was thinking, well, you'd think you'd want to practice, which would make you fat, but I guess not, unless they're all bulimic. They just throw it all back up. Ugh. Yeah, Victor said Wikipedia says French bread.
French bread, okay.
What exactly is the difference between French bread and Italian bread?
French bread, if I remember correctly,
I know there's a difference.
I think the French bread had a little bit of milk inside the water.
Oh,
when you're making the culture.
Right.
I think it had a little bit of milk in it.
Maybe that's.
But they're real close.
That's what I was thinking. They are very similar, and it's like I don't know. Like if you gave them both to me and like didn't tell me which one was which, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But I knew that there was a difference. I just wasn't sure what it was.
You're gonna have people out there trying to make fool's gold.
Well, yeah.
Try to eat that.
I wonder
I could eat a miniature version of that. The problem is the size.
I could eat a regular sandwich size
of
that. Sure. That would actually probably be really good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat a whole fucking loaf of bread in one sitting, though, with a pound of bacon.
I would imagine that the saltiness of that bacon would mix real well with the sweetness of that jelly.
Yeah.
And then that slight peanut butter flavor and then you had to butter both sides and fry it. According to Elvis, Elvis had to have his southern food cooked in butter, and he had to have a cook who knew it. His cook was a southern black lady that he liked, who lived in there with him, and because he cooking just like my mama, because
that's what Southerners do, man.
Yeah, you cook just like my mama. Yeah,
they fry everything in butter or lard.
Or bacon grease.
Or bacon grease.
That was the old diet. We still like it. Our generation was the first generation to only get about half of it, and we started to break away from it when we realized what that does to you over time. You're looking at your relatives.
It's delicious, but can't
Southerners
eat that all the time.
Southerners, fucking food is a religious experience for them, and they get fat. They get fat.
Yeah, big time.
There's a lot in common with Southerners and Mexicans. Mexicans fucking love food too. Those little dudes get fat as fuck. If they're not fucking working in those fields, they'll get fat as fuck because they eat, man. And Mexican food, when done correctly, man, is fucking great. Got a real Mexican restaurant over here. All the farm workers go in there. I go in there to eat sometimes, man. Fucking beautiful guacamole. Gorditas, tacos, fucking all kind of like carne asada and fucking, you know, just baked meats and chicken and soups and just Mexican food's good.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but it put some fucking those homemade corn tortillas in there. It'd put some weight on you.
Yeah. I know, that's the shitty thing. It's like, why does food have to be so delicious? And why does it have to make you so fat? All the best stuff is like super fattening.
Yeah. Well, your body kind of evolved in times of starvation and famine. You're in the field fucking trying to just get something to eat. And if you got something that was high in protein and fat and calories, it hit the right nerve centers. Oh, this is good. Eat more of this. Because this is what you're looking for. Well, we're now in the modern world where you can get fucking unlimited amounts of that shit. So you can just start
packing it on. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Evolution's a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah. Just got to be aware of it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you can eat that stuff, you know, just in moderation.
Portion control.
Just like every now and then. Yeah. Like every now and then we'll make like a big breakfast with like pancakes and eggs and bacon and stuff like that. But we probably only do that once every few months or something.
This is how ridiculous Mississippi Southerners were in my dad's generation when he was a baby. When he was a baby, his mom would give him a bottle of milk and put like 4 or 5 tablespoons of fucking bacon drippings in it. Bacon grease. Yeah. In the milk. To make him big and healthy.
Good for you.
That was the thinking, yeah. So he was raised from a bottle with bacon grease in him.
Yeah.
That's why he needed all those fucking heart bypasses.
I know, they weren't really thinking about that back then, were they?
No, if it tasted good and it was some kind of fat or some kind of protein, then it was good for you.
Then it was good for you.
Yeah.
It must be.
And if
because my grandmother used to talk like that too.
Yeah. And if you got bigger, then it was good for you. Didn't matter if it was fat or muscle, just you got bigger, so it's good.
Yeah.
Look how big you are.
I'm like, that's not always a good thing. Not always. But yeah.
You grow them big old fucking childbearing hips on those girls. By the time they're 14, they're getting married at 15.
Getting their periods early.
Getting their periods at fucking 12 and shit.
Well, no, that's not early. That's when I got mine.
Okay.
Like some of my relatives though got them at like 8 or 9, which is super early.
And then that's all that fucking high protein, high fat diet.
Yep, that's what does that.
Yeah. High sexually charged environments. I'm gonna go get another drink.
Damn, you went through that quick.
Yeah, I'm doing what I do.
I wasn't judging, I was just making an observation. Slasher Fred said, one of these days on your Sunday movie review show, you should review the classic 70s thriller, The Taking of Pelham 123. I had actually been wanting to... we haven't done that. I had been meaning to, because I had been wanting to rewatch that. So we might get around to it. I don't know what we're going to do for the Sunday show. So I don't know if we're going to watch something tonight or watch something tomorrow night or if we're going to go to the movies tomorrow. I don't even know if some of the movies... Because like I said, I want to start... I want to see The Last Voyage of the Demeter, but I don't think that starts for another couple of weeks. Did Oppenheimer start? I kind of want to see that. Although that is also 3 hours long. But it's Christopher Nolan, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, but I want to see that. So if that's playing tomorrow, we might go see that, or, I don't know, we might just pick something at random. Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, yeah, that's another good one. We didn't do that one either. We did Frankenhooker, pretty sure. But yeah, we haven't done Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers yet. We'll find something. We'll find something to talk about.
What you talking about?
The Sunday movie review.
Oh, okay.
Camp Guy said, I want to see Barbie's feet. Yeah, that new Barbie movie looks like it's smashing all the records.
It is?
But yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's what's her face from...
Yeah.
You know, what the hell's her name? I just had it. You know who she is.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I thought Oppenheimer started this week too, which actually looked like it's doing better than they projected. You know what I mean?
What happened to Tom Cruise's movie. Is it still kicking ass?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought that was great. What was the name of that one? What was the name of it?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, etc.
Yeah, etc., etc. I thought
Dead Reckoning Part 1 is what it was called. I was just... Margot Robbie, thank you. That's her name. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. Don't know why I couldn't remember that.
They said Oppenheimer is good. They said it's going to be good.
It looks good. We saw the trailer like last time we were at the theater. So, you know. Yeah, I just saw that too. Zach says, because both those movies are out at the same time, people are calling it Barbenheimer. Yeah, I saw that as well. But yeah, I don't know if I love Margot Robbie, but I don't know. I've heard the Barbie movie is good, but I don't know if I'd like pay to see it. You know what I'm saying? I might watch it when it's like on streaming.
Yeah, I don't think I'll watch it.
But it might. I'm sure it's entertaining, and like I said, I love her, but I'll probably wait for streaming. I'm not paying to see it probably.
It's a kids movie though, isn't it?
Is it?
That's gotta be, huh?
I don't think it's a kids movie.
Why wouldn't it be a kids movie?
Well,
isn't it supposed to sell Barbie dolls?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's...
Maybe 40-year-old women are buying Barbie dolls now anyway. Maybe little girls don't buy that.
I don't know. I think they still have a bunch of them. So
it's all 40s and 50-year-old guys buying Star Wars toys, and kids
yeah,
don't buy
but I
Star
think
Wars
little
toys.
girls still buy Barbie dolls. Like, far as I know. I don't really know, but I don't have any kids. Zach says Dead Reckoning isn't doing as well as as they thought, apparently.
It's weird.
Well, it costs so much money that it's gonna really have to like make all the money to break even. You know what I mean? Isn't it like one of the most expensive movies ever made?
I don't know.
Yeah, Zach says, I guess the Barbie movie is supposed to be like a real self-aware dark comedy, but still also for kids. LOL. Yeah, and Victor said it's PG-13, same as Megan. See, that's what I thought. I didn't get the impression that it was a kids movie, at least from like the little snippets of the shit that I've seen. Like I said, I thought it was like a dark comedy. Barbies have competition, and they also sell themselves to the ones I don't know it. Oh, the ones whose moms want them. Oh, okay. I had Barbies when I was a kid. Not that many. I cut all their hair off and turned them into punk rockers and stuff, but you know how I do.
They all got replaced by Bratz, didn't they? And Monster High.
Yeah, now I'm gonna say those Monster High dolls I would have been all over that, like white on rice.
Yeah, we bought some
when I was a kid.
Friend of ours' daughter.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was a long time ago now.
Because we got her 4 of those things, didn't we?
Yeah. They had that show too.
Yeah.
Like that. I never saw the show. But.
Little goth dolls.
See, that was so cool. I was just like, man, they didn't have that shit when I was a kid. I feel ripped off. A little bit. Yeah. They had like way cooler shit like later on. I had some cool shit when I was like they did have some. I did have some kind of like monster-y toys when I was a kid. Like I did have the Play-Doh Monster Lab that had like it was like a mad scientist laboratory, and then it also had you could make. It had little cookie cutter things, and you could make like mummies and vampires and shit like that. So I did have that when I was little, and I had like a game that was called Witch or something like that, which was like a little haunted house type situation. It was like 3D, like a board game. And I had the Weeble Haunted Mansion, which somebody, like I lost it, I guess, like because I had it when I was little, and then I don't know what happened to it. It got lost in moves or something like that when I grew up. And somebody, a friend of the show, actually sent me one that they had bought on eBay. So I have it. It's right back there. It didn't have all the stuff, like it didn't have the ghost with it and stuff, but it still had the little witch Weeble and all of that. So I thought that was like super cool because that was one of my favorite toys when I was growing up. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, John Gore said looked like they were going into Stepford Wives direction. That's kind of the impression that I got. Although I have to say that the remake of Stepford Wives, which came out many years ago, that had Nicole Kidman in it, I really did not like it. I remembered seeing it in the theater. Well, I mean, I love the original Stepford Wives with Catherine Ross in them. And I love the book by Ira Levin. It's a great book. But I don't know. I kind of feel like they were... The remake, they just made it too... I don't know. They just went in the wrong direction with it, I feel like. And they changed it a lot from the book and from the original story. It wasn't even a horror story anymore, really.
I gotta say, most of this Hollywood shit, I don't like it. I think it's fucking dull and stupid. The best shit that we've seen has been like indie stuff.
Well, like I said, that's always been the case, pretty much.
Yeah, Dead Reckoning was good. There's always going to be a couple of Hollywood type movies that come out a year that are going to be acceptable or good, but most of them aren't any good. That's why we stopped going to the fucking AMC. Well, it was also far away, but I got sick of seeing them things. We had that fucking pass. What do you call it?
Yeah.
What's the name of that thing?
The
AMC A-list, yeah.
Stubbs A-list.
That was a good deal. I think it was like...
It is a good deal.
$20 a month, you could see 3 or 4 movies a week.
3 movies a week. Which, like I said, you only have to see like 2 movies a month, and it'll make it worth it.
And it could be the Dolby or whatever.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
And
you got free perks, too, like $5 off drinks and shit like that.
Well, Jen was working from home in those days, so we would go to the matinee.
Yeah, we went all the time.
Yeah, I like going there when it's dead.
Yeah, I do, too. I don't like the
I like fighting crowds.
The less people, the better.
Yeah, and we'd have the whole theater to ourselves in the damn Dolby Theater. Soaking the shit out. And most of those movies were totally forgettable. There were some of them that were really good, but, maybe 10 of them.
Yeah.
Maybe 10, 15 maybe. Most of them were just kind of forgettable.
That happens a lot. I mean, because I kind of feel like it's really, really hard for a movie, and this goes for any era, because I kind of feel like a lot of movies that I saw when I was growing up were just kind of like, meh. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them you didn't really remember.
Yeah.
They were just kind of whatever. Zach said, I learned recently there was a remake of Dead Ringers. Yeah, I heard about that, as a streaming series on Hulu, but the twins are gender swaps, and Rachel Weisz plays them. Yeah, I had actually been wanting to see that. It looked pretty cool. It looked like they did a slightly different direction with it, maybe, but yeah, they made it into a series, and I was kind of like, oh, that sounds like something I might want to get involved in. So, I don't know, I might end up watching that and, like, doing a review for my other channel, maybe.
Yeah. Out of the ones that we saw, almost all those Marvel movies were forgettable. I didn't dislike them at the time watching them. Just couldn't remember anything about them when they were over. Let's see what else was... the ones that I did remember, though, were ones that were just, like, Art of Self-Defense. Jenny thought I was going to hate that movie. I fucking loved it. Trying to think of some of the other ones just pop out at me. Well, the Keanu Reeves movies. What's the about
John
the assassin?
Wick.
John Wick movies. Yeah.
We still haven't seen the 4th one.
No, I haven't seen it. And then saw those in the theater. They were fucking great. James Bond in the theater. They were great. But just a lot of them were just real forgettable. Saw Midsummer.
Yeah.
In the theater. I liked that one a lot.
Yeah, we saw that twice, I think.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it. I also liked Us, the Jordan Peele movie. I think we saw that a couple of times.
I think we saw that twice.
Yeah, we saw that twice.
It's pretty good. Although a lot of his other stuff I didn't like. I just liked that one. It was okay. It was weird.
I liked Get Out a little bit better, but Us was real good too. I didn't like Nope as much as either of those though, because like I said, it's aliens and that's not usually my deal. But Camp Guy said, "Is that the Jeremy Irons movie?" Yeah, it's David Cronenberg. And he made it in, I think it was 1988. It's actually one of my favorite Cronenberg movies. Like, Jeremy Irons, one of his best performances. I mean, there's kind of a lot of competition there because he's always good, but he was really good in that.
We saw that Cronenberg movie. We were there was only one other guy in the theater with us.
Yeah, it was
he was like, all right.
He was like there by himself.
He was there by himself.
Crimes of the Future.
Crimes of the Future. We watched that shit when it was over. He stood up and he was like, what the fuck was that? We were laughing at us. That was Cronenberg, man.
I kind of feel like, well, David Cronenberg, he's not happy unless everybody gets up at the end of this movie and be like, what the fuck did I just watch? He's just like, thank you, I've done my job. Pat yourself on the back, Dave.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for.
The big old baby Huey dude, he probably was 6 something. You turned around and looked at us, what the fuck was that?
Why are there vaginas in their stomachs? I don't get it. I liked that movie. You know what? I'm going to say, though, that I think I liked Infinity Pool a little bit better. The Brandon Cronenberg one.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I liked that a lot. I was thinking about that a lot.
I tell you what, that Keanu Reeves had that movie that bombed like fucking crazy, but I loved it. It was the one about the dude with the genetic engineering. It turned out his family.
I remember that.
What was the name of it? It instantly.
What? Yeah, what was? It had like a real generic title, replicas or something.
Yeah, it was
like
replicas,
that.
and it was like in the theater and out in like a few days. It bombed so badly.
I don't even think people remember it.
Yeah, and
we saw it because we were seeing.
They tried to hide it. But it was pretty fucking tacky. But it had some of the worst fucking CG I've seen. Remember the CG?
It was pretty terrible.
Fucking terrible. But I liked it. I was just like,
for a movie of that caliber.
It was kind of like something fucking from the early '90s, like a tacky Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from.
Yeah, it seemed like it came from another era, which was what was weird about it.
Yeah.
Which was also kind of like, because remember that other movie that we went to see that you really liked, the one about the couple that had like the weird, that had the Quaid,
Quaid. What is a Quaid?
That had, Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
And he was sold the couple the house, and then he was like,
oh yeah, I like that one.
That one was like a Lifetime movie from hell, and I was there for it.
Yeah.
Because they leaned right into that shit.
Yeah. Was that guy named Dennis Quaid, right?
Yeah.
Story about
with that creepy like Grinchy smile that he had.
Story about this black couple. They're like these professionals. I think he's a doctor or she's a doctor.
I can't remember now. They both had like super high up jobs.
These high caliber jobs, and they bought it from this old white dude, who's his family's. They died, right?
His
wife and his kids died or something. And he's like, well, I'm sure they're going to miss this house, so I'm glad that you guys got it and everything. And he leaves. Turns out he didn't leave. He still was living in the house.
With Bunny Rabbit Head.
Yeah, he had like a whole warren of fucking tunnels and shit. He was living inside the house and he was stalking the wife. The wife was fine.
Yeah.
What was the name of the but they're like doing kind of like love scenes between her and the husband, and he's fucking peeping at him through fucking little cracks in the walls and shit.
I mean, you can't go wrong with thrillers like that because it's just like that's such a creepy premise. Like, inherently, it's hard to fuck that up.
It was good. It was only the whole movie only had like 3 people in it.
I liked it though, like I said, because it was trashy, but it knew that it was trashy, and it knew that you knew that it was trashy, and it wasn't like trying to be anything more than what it was.
They were just trying to get this shit over with. They're like, we need to get this.
And Dennis Quaid looked like he was having the time of his life, man. He was chewing up that fucking scenery. It was great.
Played the ultimate fucking villain and shit. He's hamming it up.
Yeah, he was.
It was fucking great.
Like I said, I really like that creepy smile that he had. It looked like the fucking Grinch. You know what I mean? Like the animated Grinch, where his little, not the fucking Jim Carrey.
What was the name of that movie? You guys can put it in the comments.
I think it's Intruder. And wasn't it just called Intruder?
The Intruder, yeah. It was a good
Julianne
movie.
said, have y'all ever done a review of Psycho? I think we did. Didn't we do like a mega review of all 4 of the Psycho movies?
Yeah, I think we did.
Because we got all of them in a box set.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that we did all of them like on one video.
Yeah, that whole series is good.
Yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah.
And I will go to bat. I mean, Psycho, obviously the first one's a classic, but I will go to bat for Psycho 2. That is a great fucking movie. And honestly, it shouldn't have worked at all because look how long it was. When did Psycho 2 come out? Early 80s? And look how long it was. It was like 20-something years, like between the original coming out and the second one coming out. And, you know, it absolutely should not have worked, but it totally did. I mean, Psycho 2 is like really, really good. And the other ones are good too.
Yeah.
Isn't
Anthony Perkins... he was producing those, I think.
Yeah.
And he was taking that, he was taking that role, that character further. What's funny about him is that we saw a documentary on Anthony Perkins. And I figured he was gay, but it turns out they said, yeah, he was gay. And his boyfriend was another famous, like, idol, a hero actor type dude. He was like one of the best looking guys in Hollywood. That was his boyfriend. Turned out he was kind of being molested by his mom in real life. And evidently that kind of informed.
Yeah, that's what we heard. Yeah,
that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah, Anthony Perkins' mom was, and she was an actress, I think. Wasn't she?
Yeah.
I think she was an actress too.
Now the fourth one was kind of like where I think that was kind of where the jumping off place for Bates Motel was, because that was kind of like a prequel, like it was showing Norman, like, you know, and it was absolutely like a younger actor playing him. But yeah, Zach said, the moment I realized the actress playing Mrs. Bates in Psycho 4 was Juliet in the 60s Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, it's Olivia Hussey. She was also in Black Christmas, so there's that. She got famous though playing Juliet in Romeo and Juliet. What is it, Zeffirelli or the real famous one. I think she got it. Did she get an Oscar for that or something? She got like some kind of award or something. But Camp Guy said that too. Just about all those Psycho movies are pretty good. They are actually. I think 3 is the weakest one, but they're all like totally worth watching. And John Robertson said, in my opinion, Psycho 2 is almost better than Psycho. Yeah, I mean, on some days, I might be inclined to agree with you. Because like I said, Psycho's a classic, obviously, but man,
they're all good.
Psycho 2 is like just a million times better than it had any right to be. And I just love that happened, you know? Yeah, Sebastian said, in the Psycho review, Tom's wearing the Snake Plissken t-shirt. Well, there you go. Somebody just went and looked it up.
Okay, yeah. I got a bunch of these.
Yeah. He makes new ones, like, every time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every time I get a shipment of shirts in, I make fresh ones.
Yeah.
Throw the old ones out. I'll wear them out. They're like work shirts to me. You go into my fucking closet, look it up, it's nothing but black t-shirts hung up.
It's like some Smurfette action in there. It's just like all of it.
Which design do I want to wear today? I gotta make some new shit.
Yeah, we do, but, you know.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to get around to it.
Victor said, oh, it was Tab Hunter. Was that who he was, who Tony Perkins was with?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that. Okay, I know who Tab Hunter is. Shit, I just saw something the other day with fucking Tab Hunter in it.
Yeah, they were the undercover in the closet fucking gay power couple of Hollywood.
We had to be back then.
Yeah.
Tab Hunter was hugely famous, like in the 50s and 60s. Yeah. And then he was in some shit later on too, because I remember he was in Grease 2. He played the fucking science teacher that sang that reproduction song. Yeah. But he was in other shit too. Wasn't he? Was he in the first Grease? I think he was just in the second. I think he was just in the second one. I think that was the first time that I'd seen him. Murder Hornet said Black Christmas was the first slasher movie. I'm not going to argue with you about that, but I'm going to say I think the first slasher movie was Bay of Blood, which came out in 1971. Mario Bava, also called Twitch of the Death Nerve. It's not exactly like a slasher movie because there's technically not one killer, there's several, but the way that it is shot looks very much like a slasher movie. And I will note that Friday the 13th series straight up stole 2 scenes from Bay of Blood, including the very iconic one where the 2 people are having sex and Jason stabs the spear through them all the way through. That's straight up stolen right from Bay of Blood. It's almost exactly the same, shot exactly the same. And then what was the other scene? I can't remember what the other scene was. Maybe the axe to the face from the first one. But yeah, it's and it's shot the same. They did it on purpose, but you know what I mean? Especially that spear kill, but that's right from Bay of Blood. So I would argue that Bay of Blood is the first slasher movie. But I'm not going to because Black Christmas was kind of the first one that cemented, and that was for sure the first holiday slasher.
That, that girl you're talking about that got stabbed through the bed, on the bed in that Friday the 13th scene you're talking about? Mm-hmm. Where they ripped off that scene from
the Italian movie.
Italian flick. In that first one, she's kind of like one of the hotties in the show. Man, I need to go take some more of that Benadryl. My fucking nose is stuffed up like crazy.
Can we talk about that? He's got his stuffed up nose or something like that. And last night he gets in bed. He's like, man, I had to take some Benadryl. And then he's like, and I didn't know how many to take on the back of the bottle or whatever. Yeah. Because it was too small for him to see. And I was like, well, how many did you take? And he's like, 6. I was like, what? Yeah. And then I was like, what? You mean you took 6 over the course of a day? No, I just took 6 just right now. Yeah. I was like, you just took 6 Benadryl?
Yeah, I took 6 Didn't make any difference. Same as taking 2.
I was like, technically you're really almost big.
But I was going to say is that girl that was in that movie, the one that got killed in the bed with the other guy. And I thought that guy was, fucking, what's his name, wasn't it?
Kevin Bacon was in.
It was Kevin Bacon that got stabbed along with her. That girl, evidently, she was.
Well, no, he got stabbed through the neck. I think that was a different. Right.
There was another guy that got stabbed with the girl.
With her.
But that girl from the movie, she was evidently pretty troubled at the time, trying to get work, and she ended up becoming a drug addict. And there's porn of her out, and fucking, you can find it. And she looks fucking terrible. like a crackhead. She's got all her teeth, but you can see she's on something. And she was doing porn in the I think it was 90s or very early 2000s when she was like in her late 30s, early 40s or something. But because we were talking about that one day, and I fucking was looking up that cast and see who ended up where, and there was a...
Yeah, I think that was the last time we were watching those movies, because we got the box set not long ago.
Yeah. Well, it says what happens to all those people.
Yeah.
What happened to all those actors in real life. Most of them were okay, but that particular one, she went down a bad path. I think she was homeless and disappeared, I think is the last thing that they said.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's shitty. Victor says, Tab Hunter said his agent was the only person he trusted because he was the only person who didn't try to sleep with him. Oh. John Robertson said, am I the only one that just wants to see Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates and just see him live his life and that be the whole movie? I would probably watch that. He fucking owned that character, man. I mean, he's great in other things, too.
Well, he helped create it.
Yeah, I've seen him in other things, too, and he's always great, but... He was actually, the funny thing about it, I can't remember what year it came out, and I've been wanting to do a review of it for a while, but he was in sort of like a Psycho ripoff movie, or like, a crazy guy movie, that was called, I think it was called How Awful About Alan, or something like that.
Is this who? Perkins?
Yeah, Anthony Perkins. So and also he was in one called like what the fuck was it called?
He was
Edge of Sanity or something.
Edge of Sanity.
Yeah. I remember seeing that one on cable all the time.
I actually rented it. It was okay.
Yeah, it was pretty. I remember it being pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for many years.
Yeah.
It might suck on toast, but probably not. Like I always liked seeing him.
Edge of Sanity. Yeah.
But I kind of feel like him being in Psycho. Yeah, that's gonna typecast you a little bit. But he was so good at playing that kind of role.
It was kind of like Leonard Nimoy and Spock.
Yeah.
Leonard fucking helped create Spock. A lot of the fucking episodes. That was back when the actors could have input and go to the writers and go, "This is the way the character really should be," and they're like, "Yeah, we'll go with that."
When it's like a collaboration.
Yeah. So Leonard Nimoy created the fucking Spock character because when it started, it wasn't really decided who Spock was. He was just a generic alien. And when you see in the pilot episode Leonard Nimoy playing Spock, it's a totally different character.
Yeah.
There's no mention of him not, keeping his emotions under control or anything. He's just a regular guy. Well, that was the same thing with Norman Bates. There's a lot of Anthony Perkins in there. Him and Hitchcock fucking cooked a lot of that shit up. How that character should be.
I think the great thing about him is that he's clearly insane, but he's also really sympathetic.
He's like a dual personality.
Yeah. Like you could totally see how somebody would and that's the thing, like he's really awkward, but he's not super off-putting, and it's just like, I don't know, it's like a really hard balance to pull off, but he totally did it. And I think that's what makes the second one so good too, because if you haven't seen the second one, the whole premise of the second one is that, it's set in the year that it was made, which I think was 81 or something like that. Maybe it was 82. But he just got out of the mental hospital and he's going back to the hotel and he's running it again. And obviously, like, everybody's freaking out because it's like they don't want him back out and all this other kind of stuff. And then all of these people end up murdered and it seems like he's the one doing it, and they're almost kind of like trying to... So it's kind of cool the way he's seemingly cured and he's out, but then it's almost kind of like the townsfolk are kind of like gunning for him to like push him back into it again. So I think it was like a really good idea to like explore it from that angle, because like I said, he comes across as like even more sympathetic in the second one, because it's like he just wants to get back to his regular life, but no one will let him, you know what I mean, because of all the shit that he did. So I don't know, like it really tackles like some big issues, I guess. Like, would you ever feel safe around this guy, like after you knew what he did, and after, they said he was okay and they let him out, but would you want to live next door to him, or would you stay at his hotel or anything like that, Let's see. Leonard Nimoy in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He was so good in that. Yeah. Like, it was kind of it wasn't anything like a Spock character. He was almost kind of like a cheese dick psychotherapist type. And he was so good in that. He was a dick. That's my favorite version of that book, because if you didn't know, like I said, that's based on a Jack Finney novel, Body Snatchers, and that's been made into a movie 4 times, It was made once in the 50s. It was made in 1978, which is my favorite one. That's the Philip Kaufman one with Leonard Nimoy in it. And then it was made again. I think Abel Ferrara did a version of it in the 90s, 94, something like that. And then there was another version, I think in 2007, that maybe had Nicole Kidman in it, I want to say, that was just called Invasion. I haven't seen that one. Actually, I haven't seen the Abel Ferrara one either. I've heard that one was pretty good, but I haven't seen it. I didn't even realize that he had made a version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But I think he changed, like, some things. Yeah, Victor Garcia starred Kathleen Turner in Serial Mom. Do a review of that movie. Man, that's another good one that I haven't got. That's a John Waters. And I love that movie. I love Kathleen Turner anyway. So that might be a good one.
She was in Romancing the Stone, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw that.
Did we review Romancing the Stone?
I think we saw it.
We watched it not too long ago.
Yeah, like it was pretty good.
I remember loving that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And like I said, there's a sequel too.
Yeah.
Jewel of the Nile.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. They were on cable all the time.
Yeah.
I must have seen those movies like 400 times when I was growing up.
They were rip-off Indiana Jones. Basically.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of like a big thing.
Yeah.
But after Indiana Jones got so popular,
Yeah.
like everybody was doing these big like adventure movies,
Yeah.
which, you know, that's fine. But, yeah, I really liked Romancing the Stone. Jewel of the Nile was pretty good, too, I remember. I haven't seen that one in a long time, but we did watch Romancing the Stone. I really liked Kathleen Turner in The Man with Two Brains, which is one of my very favorite underrated comedies from the 1980s with Steve Martin. Because I love the premise of it. The premise of it is just so ridiculous, and they almost kind of, like, play it completely straight, which is fucking hilarious to me. And Kathleen Turner, David Warner's in it, too. Kathleen Turner just plays a complete cunt. I mean, she just looks like she's having a fucking great time doing it. She's just a total gold digging twat. And it's awesome. But yeah, she's like so good in it. But yeah, we should do Serial Mom, or somebody was saying Body Heat too. That's another good Kathleen Turner one. We still haven't done Body Heat. That was another one that we need to do.
One thing that we can complain about all the new movies that they make now and the shit that they make now, it doesn't matter. There's 2 lifetimes of good movies that you can watch and television programs that were made over the fucking decades.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like I'll never run out of good shit to watch, so
Yeah.
I don't waste time like bitching about, oh, this thing came out and I don't like it or whatever, because it seems like I was like, but there's these million other things.
Yeah, some of the entertainment podcasts or entertainment YouTube shows that I listen to, the guys that host those shows are a little bit younger than me, 40s. And they have kids that are late teens, and they find it to be incredible because without any kind of prompting, their kids get into the same shit that our generation got into. They're listening to classic music. They're not listening to anything beyond fucking the like the 90s, the 2000s. You know, I think that one guy said the newest thing that his son will listen to is Linkin Park. Anything other than that is old stuff. And the same thing with all the movies. They watch all the old movies. And he says it's funny, he'll come up and he goes, Dad, have you ever heard of a band called Led Zeppelin? And
I would laugh and laugh and laugh.
They're really good.
Came up and asked.
Yeah. Dad, have you ever heard of a band called Iron Maiden? They're great.
I mean, they can't help it. Like I said, they haven't been here long. But it's just like so funny. It's like, all right, youngster.
Dad, there's this great movie, man. It's called Terminator 2. You ever seen it? And they just start.
It's called Aliens.
Yeah, it's called. There's this movie. It's badass.
It's the best fucking movie
back when
ever.
you were a kid. This shit is called The Thing. Have you seen that one? It's called The Thing.
Man, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I just never thought that I would see that. It's just like so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, and they evidently do it unprompted. It's just that's what kids in their late teens think is really cool, because it is. There was the best of our products that we grew up with in that era were real artistic works, artistic like the fucking The Thing. That was from the heart. That wasn't some corporate fucking bunch of corporate fucking suits trying to figure out demographics and how the movie should be. It was just some dudes going, we're gonna make this badass flick. It's very analog, natural.
Can we have a severed head with spider legs? I would love that.
One of the best movies of all time is Predator 1. It was just written by some ex-infantry guys, and they slid the story underneath the fucking door of some guys who were going to produce some shit. They made the movie. They got the idea from an old movie that I remember seeing as a kid called Without Warning.
Yeah.
That's where they got the idea.
Yeah.
Without Warning was kind of like your typical Friday the 13th slasher flick. But instead of having a Jason, they had an alien that was running around hunting teenagers and people. And he had these little throwing objects that was like a pentagon. He could throw it, but it was alive. And fucking tentacles would come out of it when it hit you, and it would grab onto you, and it had a fucking mouth with these teeth, and it'd start eating on you.
I feel like that was from a movie from the 50s. Like, it conquered the world or something.
It's called Without Warning.
Didn't the alien from the 50s movie have, like, little, like, bat things that would, like, suck on the back of your neck and, like, suck out your personality or something?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that was one of those.
I don't watch all that else. But it was... And the alien actually looked pretty good. And he had a shack. He was hanging a lot of the bodies up in shacks and making trophies out of them.
As one does.
Yeah. And he was hunting... You haven't seen it, have you?
I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I saw it a long time ago. I kind of remember it.
Wouldn't mind seeing it again.
Maybe that's another one we should do. There's there's like a million recommendations.
Yeah.
There's like...
back in the 80s, some Army guys saw that. It goes, yeah, that's a cool idea, but why would it be hunting down teenagers? It'd be hunting down something, fucking more formidable, like some badass soldiers. And they came up with Predator 1.
Because that's going to make the enemy, like the monster, look a lot more badass.
A lot more badass, yeah. He's not after teenagers and old men, because it's all he was killing. Teenagers and old men. So,
like I said, it's
the thrill?
Not that threatening.
Yeah, where's the threat?
Yeah, but it's like, if like fucking a dude, like fucking special forces dudes are shitting their pants,
yeah,
then that's some scary shit.
Yeah. Well, and it's going after those guys.
Right.
It's going after the fucking baddest of the bad, and it's watching them kill other dudes in that big raid, trying to figure out which ones are the fucking baddest ones, and who's dominant over the other ones on that same team, and try to fucking prioritize who's the biggest fish.
Yeah.
And that's the whole theme of fucking Predator 1, is that there's always a bigger fish. They show you a big dude, and then another big dude, and then a big dude, and a big dude, and a big dude, and then a big dude that is bigger than the big dudes because he's a fucking alien. Okay? No matter how big you are, there's something else going to come fucking get you. That's just nature,
So
and I love that theme.
Don't get too up yourself.
Don't get too fucking cocky.
Because there's something out there that can kick your ass.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. John Robertson says, I'm 22 years old and love all things considered old, but gothic shit is the best thing that I love. We love gothic shit also. Yeah. And honestly, even when I was growing up, and we talk about this a lot because I was like, it's really weird because when we were growing up in the 80s, it was kind of considered uncool, like, to like the same shit that your parents liked. There was still, like, a generation gap.
Yeah.
I think Gen X was kind of the last... I think it had started to erode a little bit after that.
The shit our parents liked, though, was lame, man.
That's true. Well, no, not... I mean, my parents liked some cool shit. My dad liked some cool music. He liked some shitty music, too, but he liked some cool shit, mostly. But the thing about it was that when I was younger... I didn't really have a thing. I did have the kind of thing, it's like, old people music or whatever, but I didn't really have that. Like, I liked... old silent movies. I liked like shit from the 1950s. So I didn't have like a stigma about that's old, like I can't watch it or anything like that. And and that was like before the internet and everything.
No, with me it was the clothes and the fucking music that your parents liked sucked.
Yeah.
Mine did. My mom listened to Barry Manilow and shit.
Although
popping their collars up.
I kind of like Barry Manilow.
Preppy clothes. I couldn't fucking hated that shit, man.
Although I still don't like preppy clothes.
That shit.
Yeah, the popping collars. Like people are still doing that.
It's ridiculous.
Pop collars and like cargo shorts and Crocs.
Yeah,
What's that about?
Fucking
Crocs.
Docksiders and shit.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Terrible.
It is terrible. It is terrible. But what I was thinking is like because of the advent of the internet, it's now everything is just kind of out there.
Yeah, you can get it.
So you can just get it. So it's not like, you could just come across a song, for example, and it's like you don't necessarily know how old that is. You're just like, oh, that's like a cool song. Like if you don't know anything about it. Like I said, it's just like the kid like discovering Led Zeppelin. It's like if you just heard that one day, it's like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't necessarily know that was from the 60s.
Yeah. Who was that, though, saying that he was 22 and likes
John Robertson.
John, yeah. Another thing, John, about old products from that era that you're talking about, like old goth stuff, it was all kind of handmade, basically. And, you know, it wasn't made with anything high technology. So everything was kind of down to earth and kind of realistic. So if you saw somebody who's dressed up fantastic, some punk rock chick, you could, if you break, overall it'd be kind of impressive looking. You break it down what she's going on, and a lot of that stuff is just made by hand or cut to make to change in the shape of something. And they just took clippers and started cutting out pieces of their hair and have their friends do stuff, and it was just all do it yourself. It wasn't store bought. Do it yourself stuff. You couldn't go to a store to buy any of that. They didn't sell that. And you know, you had some catalogs you could order from, like Black Rose and stuff. Over in England, it'd take forever to get it to you. And they had, but you couldn't go anywhere to buy goth clothes.
Not really. Yeah,
you had to make them.
Yeah. Or what I used to do is I used to go to like thrift stores,
yeah,
and you'd find like some old lady like black dresses, like you know, some old lady had died or something, and like they they gave all her shit to the thrift store, and so you bought all that, or you went to the Army Navy store and like bought old boots and shit.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of had to cut it and put patches on it and all that other kind of stuff to make it look original.
We were doing that in the 70s and the 80s, and the stuff that we were buying was old, but it was like from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, you know, sometimes 60s. All that stuff would be gone now. You couldn't do that today.
Well, people discovered thrifting in the 90s.
Yeah,
and so after that, they bought up all the good shit, one, and then two, now they still have thrift stores, but now they charge more money.
Yeah.
Because they're like, now it's vintage.
You used to be able to go and find fucking badass work boots from the 30s. Made out of horse hide, horse leather, and fucking, they looked damn near brand new, but you could tell those things were damn near 100 years old, but they were built to last. Real fucking heavy materials and stuff, real heavy leather and stuff. Made really well. They just don't make things like that anymore. If they did, it would be like $400 item. You just made real well.
Victor says, cargo shorts and Crocs is my everyday outfit.
Yeah.
And then John Robertson is talking about favorite episode of Night Gallery, Return to the Sorcerer with Vincent Price. And it's one of the better ones. And, of course, The Cemetery from the pilot. I love that fucking pilot. Yeah, I've been doing... I did a review on my other channel, Scare Salon, of the Night Gallery pilot. I did that as a video. And then I did the first season as a video. And I still have the other two. I've seen them before, but I'm going to do, like, another rewatch and, like, do a video of each. Because I still have... I bought the box set like a couple months ago. So I've been going through that. And I've also been going through Thriller, the Boris Karloff show. And I still have another season of that to go. That was only 2 seasons. But it's long. Like, they had a lot of episodes. So I did the first season, and I finally finished that. Also, like a dumbass, I also said that I was going to get into Kolchak the Night Stalker. I did the 2 movies, but I haven't done any of the series yet. But eventually I want to get into that as well. Because I wanted to rewatch that too. So I'm making a lot of work for myself, as you can see.
Okay, if you're listening to this program recorded, we got the Super Thanks is activated, and of course Super Chats are activated too.
John Robertson also says, Tom, I found a comic book version of Dracula that is 100% accurate to the novel.
Yeah.
They use Bela Lugosi with his son's blessing. You might like it.
Huh, okay.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
It's a comic book?
Yeah.
Okay, and they drew Bela Lugosi's face.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I had one when I was a kid that was like it was kind of like a Cliff's Notes version, but it was like the drawings were nice and everything like that. But
dude, if you haven't seen Spanish Dracula, see it.
Yeah, we did a review of that. We did the Universal, the Bela Lugosi Dracula, and then we also did the Spanish Dracula.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, when they made the Bela Lugosi Dracula, they also made a Spanish version of it.
Yeah, they did that a lot back in the 30s.
The same company did. So they didn't take the English version and dub it. They made a different one, and on the same sets. And they were being made at the same time, the same sets. And actually, the Spanish one's better. The only thing that's the way it's shot is better. You see how 3D those sets were? They moved through them. Dracula's Brides, there's more of that in there. They didn't cut a lot of stuff out like they did from the other from our Dracula. The guy who plays their Dracula is a Spanish actor, and he has a different take on the character. He's weird.
He's a little more over the top.
He's a little over the top. Almost, I think he was doing a little bit more like Max Schreck from fucking Nosferatu. He's kind of doing it more like that. But he doesn't look like that, but his facial expressions, his eyes,
Yeah, very silent movie.
Yeah, like something out of the silent movie.
Like very, very, overly dramatic.
And it's Spanish dialogue with English subtitles.
Yeah, John Robinson said, I saw a Spanish version of Dracula, and I like it better.
Yeah, it's
better. A lot of people do. But
I would never give up Bela Lugosi's version. They're both real good. But I like Spanish Dracula better, I think.
I mean, the way, like I said, if they had the Spanish version, but with Bela Lugosi in it, I think that would be the perfect Dracula movie. Yeah. Because I do like the way that the Spanish version, it's more dynamic, there's more in it.
Yeah.
It's a little more salacious.
Yeah.
They didn't cut out as much stuff because they didn't have the same problem with censorship that they had in the United States.
You also had better special effects. It shows Dracula walking through the fucking giant spider web.
Yeah.
And he doesn't ever touch the spider web.
I liked that because it was like real subtle.
Yeah.
But it's like...
You had to be paying attention to see that he did that.
Johnson says, Christopher Lee is always going to be my favorite Dracula. Man, I love Christopher Lee. We did a whole... we did a show about Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, didn't we?
I think we did, didn't
we? We did a Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing show. We did a Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff show. And recently we did a Vincent Price show. That's another movie that we should do is, speaking of Max Schreck, is Shadow of the Vampire.
Yeah.
Which is, like I said, not a horror movie necessarily. I don't know what I'd call it. What genre is it? But it's basically about... I mean, maybe it's a black comedy. I don't know if I want to call it a black comedy. It's kind of funny, but like in a dark way. It's John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe plays Max Schreck. And like I said, the whole premise of the movie is that it's based around the making of Nosferatu in the 20s. But the whole premise of the movie is that Max Schreck is actually a vampire. And that F.W. Murnau got him to be in the movie for verisimilitude purposes and wouldn't tell the rest of the cast. So he's like eating them and stuff. So like I said, it sounds zany. It's not zany though. Like I said, it's kind of funny, but like in a really dark kind of grim way. It's a great fucking movie. I saw it in the theater when it came out. Zach says, Gary Oldman is my favorite Dracula. He was a great one too, actually. Even though he only really played him once, but... I don't know. It would be hard for me to pick between Bela Lugosi and Christopher Lee because they had such a different take on it. I really like... Christopher Lee was a lot scarier because he was big and he was imposing.
Yeah, he's a lot more physical.
Yeah, he looked... Yeah, like the physicality of him is a lot more... Whereas Bela Lugosi was kind of more like a... like hypnotizing or like more like suave.
And he was kind of like... It was implied violence.
Yeah.
He didn't really demonstrate it. He was just, I can fuck you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that. But you weren't sure how he would do it. He'd do, come here. You know, he fucking pulling you in. Jenny was saying that she would probably like to have Bela Lugosi in the Spanish Dracula. It'd be the ultimate. In some ways, I'd say yeah, but that's also kind of a discredit to the Spanish actor that did Dracula. I liked his take on Dracula too.
I did too.
Had I not seen Bela and just seen him first and then seen Bela afterwards, I would have liked them both, but I might have favored the Spanish guy over that. It's just a different take on Dracula. It's a different tone.
Yeah.
But it is weird. He's weird.
I like that he didn't try to copy Bela Lugosi. No. He just did his own thing.
Did his own thing. And it seems to be more like something Max Schreck would have done. I think he probably watched a little cut of fucking Nosferatu.
Yeah.
And like something out of the silent movies. And
Nosferatu's still creepy. I don't care what you say. That dude was creepy as fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's probably where they got the idea to make Shadow of the Vampire, because they're like, that dude looked like a real fucking vampire.
Now that I'm bald, I could do a badass fucking Nosferatu costume.
Oh my god, you should.
Yeah.
That would be,
Yeah, get the fucking long ears and fucking...
Get the ears and the...
little fucking front teeth.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
Like a fucking rat.
Or you could be Mr. Barlow.
Yeah, Mr. Barlow.
That would be even better.
Yeah, just go blue. But that dude was so skinny, I'd be jacked, Mr. Barlow. Till my fucking cape back's nothing but pecs and shit.
That'd be super funny. You could be like WrestleMania, Mr. Barlow. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Big Little. How are you two getting ready to go out tonight? may check out Conduit. Yeah, I still haven't been there. I know they're doing like a lot of shows there. And
Conduit,
stuff.
Where is that?
That's where. Remember where the Haven used to be in Winter Park?
Haven.
Yeah, that was like where Amani's like she would have all the bands play there. And we used to go. Remember all the time? It's there.
That was the old metal club.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, they're doing like goth shows and stuff now.
Okay. Is Imani behind that?
I don't know. Well, I've done a couple posters for it, but that was Mark in Tampa.
Okay.
Like setting that up. So it's mostly like
who's playing there tonight?
I don't know. Even though I did posters, but I don't remember because I do so many.
How's Mannequins been? The online information I'm getting from fucking about with Mannequins is that Mannequins is a fucking shit show.
Well, we knew that.
Tina slapping fucking people and shit, punching people in the face.
Is that what happened? Because I didn't get the whole scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
I kept seeing everybody like the following day. We weren't there that night, but the following day, like everybody was talking about it, but nobody was talking about what it was, like what exactly happened. You know what I mean? And everybody was like posting all of these cryptic, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, Mannequins, man. We were talking about Predator movie earlier, and I said the moral behind the lesson of Predator 1 is that there's always a bigger fish, which is kind of keeping me from going to Mannequins, because every time I go to Mannequins I gotta fight. Eventually I'm gonna run into a motherfucker that's crazier than me.
Yeah, because you never know who's gonna be in there. That's why I'm like I like that place, but I'm always kind of like on edge the whole time I'm there, because I'm like, you never know who's gonna wander in there and like who's gonna cause trouble, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be bad. Dave said, yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
so
I
you don't want to say. Is Mannequins still going to be a thing, or are people going to gravitate away from that? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
I liked Mannequins. It's just they need more security to keep certain people out. You can't have fucking dudes in there throwing their weight around, fucking intimidating people on the dance floor and shit. Because
the more
grabbing Jen's ass,
the more you let people get away with that, the more it's going to get around, and people are going to be like, oh, you can do whatever the fuck you want to in there, and it's just going to escalate.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to nip that shit in the bud. You got to nip it in the bud. Andy.
Yeah, and Florida is now a concealed carry state. You don't need a license to conceal a weapon here. I'm talking about firearms. Now, you cannot legally take a firearm into a place that serves alcohol. So you can't go into a bar with one. But these motherfuckers don't give a shit. They'll go in there with one.
That's what I mean. You never know. Yeah. Well, and I was thinking that...
And there's outlaw bikers around there. Which is actually, those guys are not the problem.
Yeah, I would worry less about them. Yeah. I'm not worried about biker gangs.
Yeah, it's just...
It's dude bros I'm worried about.
Yeah, dude bros. Yeah, biker gang's actually fine.
They're pretty chill.
Yeah.
Honestly, we used to go when they had Venue 13 at that biker bar. It was like half biker gangs and like half goths, and it was fine.
Yeah, it was the Warlocks.
Yeah, and it was fine.
Yeah.
Like the bikers would be like, they would be like, well, look at those weirdos over there. But they never said anything. They never did anything.
Yeah, but then a Warlock comes in with his girlfriend. He's got her on a leash and fucking puts her up on the pole as a stripper girlfriend. That's cool.
Yeah.
So they got the same thing. They just do it a little bit different.
Like I said, I'm much. Coming in with his I think they realize that it's like it's not the scenes are not really that different.
Yeah.
I have never been scared of bikers.
No, they're a subculture to themselves. They know the rules of subcultures. Well,
I grew up in Daytona. It's like a big biker. Enclave.
Yeah.
So I was around bikers a lot. It's like they were always like in town and stuff like that. We really never had problems with bikers. It was spring breakers though.
I got a lot of videos.
On the other hand,
on my I got a lot of videos of them on my Instagram. You guys can go on my Instagram. Me and the biker bars, hanging out with them.
Yeah, because he used to go to the bike night in Sanford.
Yeah.
Tuesday night. Haven't been
Our
in a while.
schedule's kind of fucked up, so they're asking me where are you? You know, that kind of shit. I had to do some clutch adjustment on one of my bikes, and it's the one I like to ride down there a lot. But I'm ready to start going back. But the thing is, we stream.
Well, yeah, but we can stream on Thursday nights.
Okay.
Like we did last night.
Yeah,
we streamed last night instead of Tuesday night.
Maybe next Tuesday I'll go.
Because Tuesday night when I came home, we were gonna stream, but then I had like a bunch of freelance work to do, and I was like, I really got to get this done, so we didn't really have time. So we streamed last night.
Okay.
So we can do Thursday nights maybe.
Yeah.
That might be a little bit better. Yeah, because we did do stream 8 last night for not long, like probably like an hour and 15 minutes, something like that.
That was closer to 45 minutes.
No, it was we started at about 7:45, and then we stopped at, like right at 9:00.
Yeah.
Because I had to start getting ready for work, you know.
Yeah, we made, I think, about 60 gold, which is take home about 20 something. For a little
or maybe a little bit more. But yeah, just like a little bit more than an hour.
Yeah.
Because, and that was mostly from one person gave us like a 15 gold tip. And then somebody like went on, like paid for a private. Yeah. And was on for a while.
And I think there was a couple other people watching.
Yeah, because I
looked up and they were talking to each other in there.
Yeah, you can buy in. You can buy in. Like for the private ones. Yeah. Like exclusive, like I said, that's when you pay just for you and the performers. Yeah. Private, you can pay, but other people can pay to come in and watch the shit too.
Yeah, I grabbed the camera off the fucking thing. I'm going point of view and shit. Fucking. Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And, according to my buddy Bill, he's been doing this for a long time. He's from he owns Quinn Studios, which is a local porn production studio. His wife is a hardcore actress named Quinn. What's her name? Fucking Amy?
Yeah, I thought you said it was
Amy. Yeah, Amy Quinn with 2 N's. You can find her on Twitter. And she does gangbangs and fucking interracial gangbangs and just all kinds of fucking crazy shit. But she's probably half her income comes off of StreamMate. And Bill says that right now because it's summer, it's real slow. He says it's a fraction of what it is. So I showed him our figures and what our averages were, the numbers. And he's like, yeah, as soon as summer's over, you're going to be having, fucking several $100s a night, because there's a lot more people normally. But right now it's going real slow.
I mean, I was surprised. Like I said, we were on for just maybe a little more than an hour, and we had a lot of people like in and out. You know what I mean? And we did end up, like, a lot of people did go private. But.
Yeah. They're just having fun, jugging around.
And some people, like I said, just talking. We were just talking about regular shit. It wasn't like,
One guy says, yeah, I used to stream and fucking this.
Yeah, a guy from Australia.
I'll help you out. He's over in Australia. He says, I can know. So we got his contact. But that one customer that paid all that money was a couple.
Yeah.
That was a guy and a girl.
We've been getting that. I noticed that because I guess couples look for other couples. Yeah. Because we have gotten
couples.
A lot of that. And one thing that we get a lot too is like couples that are both subs that want us to yell at them.
Yeah. And then they want that for free though.
Right. So. They want us to yell at them and like make fun of their genitalia.
And you don't know if that's in that situation. It might have been somebody impersonating a couple too on that one. That was a different one.
Yeah, that's true.
That person didn't pay us.
But we had that happen like last time too. Yeah. Like we were always getting like.
Yeah.
But.
Because the way we look, they assume that we're like into bondage fetish and BDSM, which we know about it.
Yeah.
We've been to those events. We have friends that are more into
I mean, we do a little bit of that, but it's not like...
Yeah, it's not really our
specialty. Not like a main thing.
Yeah. So they... trying to sell themselves as slaves to us and shit. And fucking, they're like, well, okay, we'll go private. They don't want to go private. They want to do this shit for free.
Yeah, we had one. Yeah, we had some in there that like wanted us to own them.
Yeah, and I'm just this crazy shit.
Well, like I said, you gotta
fantasy.
You gotta watch because you can't. I mean, you have to keep people engaged. You want them to stay in your room, but it's like you can't give people too much for free because people are always trying to like get shit.
They're scamming off you
for nothing.
And they're in there wasting your time. A lot of them are time wasters and lurkers. People who are just watching. They don't say anything.
Yeah.
So you got to go in there and go and address them by name. Try to get them to respond. If they don't fucking respond, you kick them out. You don't have to block them, but you can kick them out. If they come back in and they do it again, you just keep kicking them out.
Yeah, I mean, most people when they come in will actually just say hi or how are you or something like.
I give you some compliments and they leave.
Right. So it's like they'll at least say something or like interact. You know what I mean? But some people will like come in and then they'll just kind of like lurk.
Yeah.
Because you can see when people come in, like their screen name comes up. But it's like sometimes like you'll ask them some shit like, hey, how are you? Whatever your screen name is.
What state are you in?
Or, where are you from? Or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it's like sometimes they don't answer. Yeah. Most of the time they do. But like, yeah. So there's some people in there.
Some dude's fucking jerking it for free, just staring at you. And it's not like you're naked or anything. It's just you're
like I said, I don't give anything away in the public chat because that's just kind of I don't really like to do that because, like I said, why would anybody pay if they can see all your shit for free?
Yeah.
Technically, like I said, you can't show tits.
Yeah.
In the public chat.
Well,
but
you flashed them when they tipped you. That's fine.
I did. Well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
like somebody flashes you and it's like, hey, you want to? But yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
But I don't like just leave them hanging out because, like I said, some people on there just like fucking they're naked the whole time, and I'm just like, why would you do that?
Yep.
It just kind of seems counterproductive.
And the gay section is usually dead, and the dudes that are in there fucking don't look so good. So a lot of times you have gay guys coming in looking at the couples, and they start attacking me, asking me to do shit. And I was like, come on, man, fucking I don't have a warm up here, nothing me to work. You want me to go solo in front of you, just fucking dead, nothing? I don't have fucking hard on or anything. Because
Poor Tom.
You're gonna turn it. It ain't gonna work, bro. You know, it's gonna take time.
Now you know how girls feel all the time.
Because they want you to rock up, put on a whole show for them, and everything in 3 minutes. Because they only want to be on for about 3 minutes. They're paying $4.99, $5.99 a minute.
Yeah, because they don't want to pay.
So they're trying to go fast. And like, yeah, okay, dude, you're already fucking rocked up.
I mean, there's a thing called physiology.
Yeah, it takes time. You know what I mean? Fucking, well, how long is it gonna take? And I says, at least 15, 20 minutes, man. It's not gonna take me. And like, oh, that's too much money. I said, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, well, here's the thing. Like, the internet is full of porn, okay? The internet is full of porn, like, that's pre-recorded videos.
Yeah, we got videos on the thing.
And I'm just saying that it's like, if that's what you want to watch, you want 3 minutes of, like, some dude jerking it, and, like, it's like, you can find video of that.
Yeah.
Like, don't put a man on the spot like that.
Yeah.
Like, on a fucking live stream.
All right.
Maybe that's what they get off on, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they're just like, we want to see this dude squirm.
I just fucking grab that fucking camera, slap my dick on that camera.
Right.
Come in and ask me how big it is and shit.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did have somebody ask how big it is. Yeah. And then
I started fucking with you, trying to get me to talk about my dick for free, huh?
And then they were like, they wanted to send a picture of theirs and so we could do a comparison. No, and then he was he the same guy that wanted me to that wanted me to make fun of it?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah.
I don't remember. But there was somebody that wanted me to make fun of it.
Just fucking crazy motherfuckers. You can't take everything they say at face value because they're fucking with you a lot of times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's like, a surprising amount of people do want you to make fun of their dicks. I've noticed.
Yeah.
I guess
you're in your mom's basement, man.
That's a pretty common thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like telling you how pathetic it is. Can I have another drink?
Yeah.
I'm only at the bottom of my first one.
Well, that was fucking like the second time we streamed, they had dude fucking surreptitiously sent us a photo of his shit.
That's right, yeah.
And he asked us to rate it. Jenny's rating it.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, that's fucking pitiful. Jenny starts laughing. And I was like, nah, dude.
It was pretty average. Normal. It was pretty average.
And then, but he didn't pay us for rating it.
No.
See, so he got away. He got away free for that.
Yeah.
Most people will fucking, so if you're going to do that, you got to pay $10.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't, like I said, you can't do shit for free. But everybody's trying to get you to do shit for free.
Right, yeah.
Even though, like, most of the people that are on there, they're guests or members or whatever, they have presumably, like, have an account on there and have given their credit card number and everything like that. But, I get they don't want to pay for everything and they don't have all the money, but, I mean, it is a pay site. So, but, I guess I can't blame them too much for trying to, like, scam and, like, get shit for free, but you know what I mean. James says, well, how big is it? Well, it's like, I didn't really want to say, and I was just kind of like, above average? That was like all I wanted to say. So I was like, I don't know. I never measured it. Well, because I said to Tom, I was like, well, you probably measured it. Because I feel like, haven't most dudes like measured their dicks? I feel like, isn't that a thing that most dudes do? Because he said that he measured it a long time ago, but I never measured it personally. I never measured your dick, did I?
Who?
I never measured your dick.
Not that I know.
Not that I know of. Unless you did it while I was sleeping. Yeah, I measured it while you were sleeping, Tom.
The thing is, it's funny, man. People talking about dick measurements and meat and shit like that. It's inconsistent. It's going to depend on where you're measuring.
Yeah.
The top or the bottom side of it. You can cheat. You can cheat from the tip to the bottom side. Fucking, shit, you can get an extra 3 inches that way. He says, yeah.
You can kind of stretch it.
Well, if you put it measured from the top, it's not going to be quite as long because the way the angles are. And then another thing is like your level of arousal. The shit changes.
Sure.
Fucking, there have been times where I would just fucking going nuts, man. I look down and it's like, God damn, that's me?
It's like sticking like way fucking, out there.
Fucking 40-ounce can. Where the fuck did that come from?
Murder Hornet said Tom has a horse dick. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything definitively, but yeah. Yeah, James says sex work is such a big industry now, it's insane. OnlyFans really kick shit into high gear, and yes, most dudes do. See, that was, I mean, you know, I've known a lot of dudes in my life. I have a couple of brothers, you know what I mean. So I know how that shit works. But I feel like most of my male friends and everything like that are like, yeah, we totally did that shit. It's just maybe kind of like, I don't know. I want to say it's like girls like measuring their tits, but I don't know if a lot of girls do that. I didn't do that. I had some friends that did that, but it wasn't like universal. Whereas I feel like dudes measuring their dicks is probably almost universal. And yeah, we actually tried to get on OnlyFans, but it's a pain in the ass. They really don't. After a while, I just gave up, and because I was just kind of like, they always kept coming up with some excuse. It's like, oh, you don't have enough social media presence, or you don't, you know, at least as far as like the porny shit goes, because we really just started out. So honestly, I was just like, well, why don't we just try again later, and not even worry about it right now. So Tom got a account on Fansly, and I applied for Fansly, but they take a really long time, so I haven't heard back from them yet. But Fansly is good because we'll be able to put up the videos that we made, and we can tag each other and we can sell them. Because I can't sell videos with both of us on StreamMate, just me, because that's the rules. So, like I said, we're still kind of learning the ropes. I'm kind of hoping that guy we talked to on StreamMate last night was legit, because he said, like I said, he was from Australia, and he said that he used to do StreamMate also, and he really missed it. And he was like, he's like, oh, I have a Snapchat. So he told me to start a Snapchat and we could like talk over there. And he's like, I can like tell you how all of it works and everything like that. Because like I said, we're kind of figuring it out, but you know, it's a lot to take in. And there's like other formats too that for selling videos, or I think we're probably just for streaming, just stick with StreamMate, because that seems like the biggest one other than Chatterbait, and I'm not going on that shit.
Yeah, fuck Chatterbait.
So
it's like fucking in the Roman Coliseum.
That's what I mean. And it's like, I don't really like that idea. Even though I'm gonna say, like I said, I'm not bothered. It doesn't really bother me.
It's a strange experience.
It is a little bit, but it's like it wasn't as weird as I thought it would be.
It's because you're at home.
Yeah, so it's just, and like I said, it's not that weird because we're just basically doing shit we would mostly be doing anyway.
Yeah.
It's just you have to kind of like, you know, play to the camera, and you have to make sure that the camera, you know, can see what it's going on and shit like that.
The thing with me, man, is the time limits. These dudes are fucking asking for instant for you fucking hop up and do some fucking performance and shit fucking, you know, in 3 minutes. A girl can fake it. They got a huge advantage. But a dude, it takes you about fucking 5-10 minutes to get fucking revved up. Just so, okay, I can do it now. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna take some foreplay. These dudes don't have time for that. They don't have the time. They have time. They don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
So, because really, fucking, you know, and you know, it's not just me. Other dudes have fucking said the same thing. Really, if they want to see sex, it had to be during a gold show.
Yeah, you'd have to like build up to it, right?
You know what I mean? Where it's going to happen in 30 minutes from now, and fucking it's going to cost fucking 400 gold. We can have 10 guys watching it or whatever. You could do it that way. But these little fucking 5-minute things and 3-minute things all night, how are you going to keep up with that all fucking night? No man could.
Yeah.
And then the dude's like, yeah, I want to get a cum shot at the end. How many of those do you do a day? You know what I mean?
Right.
Fucking 20 of them a day, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, there's some drugs that you could take. One of them called drug. They're talking about dick size and how aroused you are at the time. Fucking and fucking Murder Hornet saying I have a horse dick. I don't have a horse dick.
It's big though.
5'6", 178 pounds, about 13% body fat. I'm about 7 inches. All right. But on a frame as short as mine, that looks bigger than it is. Although, I
like how humble you are about it, Tom.
Yeah, it's mostly an optical illusion.
It's an optical illusion.
Like an optical illusion.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Although I might be bullshitting that because fucking all my exes says no, you're big. Elena says it big.
You're definitely larger than average.
Yeah. Okay.
Much larger than average.
My dad was even bigger.
That's weird, Tom.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say.
No, I know. We'll be pissing off. I heard that shit from my mom and his friends and shit. He was fucking huge.
That's even weirder.
He was fucking huge. Fucking, so it's genetic. It's definitely genetic. But what was I gonna say about that shit? It's just. Oh, I was gonna say with the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Viagra. That's just Cialis. That's some civilian shit. In the porn industry, fucking, that's just all guys are on that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the baseline.
Yeah, you have to have that. It doesn't matter how old you are, because it's just what happens on set and fucking how long.
Because you just have to keep going. Yeah, and like
it takes
hours and hours and hours. You have to keep going.
You're seeing a 15-minute scene, but that was actually done in about 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's been edited together into a 15-minute scene. And with Viagra, you look different, man. It's like the difference between natural titties and implants. You get bigger. It's because your fucking blood vessels are fucking contracting like crazy, I guess, and fucking the quality's good, but that's amateur shit. They got something that's even fucking more hardcore called Trimix, and Trimix is something that you inject right into yourself, and it's. Straight guys use it. Straight porn guys use it to do gay porn.
Right.
All right. Fucking, my muscle buddy who I was buying steroids from was doing that to do gay porn. To beat up and fuck twinks on camera. Trimix. The problem with Trimix is that it builds up over time, builds up scar tissue in there from the injections, because it's kind of addictive.
Yeah.
Once a guy does that, you're going to kind of want to fall back on that because it's like an easy way out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's just like anything.
It's like anywhere else. It starts to become kind of psychologically dependent, and you get fucking huge on that shit. You know, bigger than fucking Viagra. So if Viagra's kind of like a girl getting some fucking double D implants, Trimix is like the fucking triple G implants, you know what I mean? Those fucking big fucking, it's like that. And of course it removes all fucking performance anxiety. You don't care now, you can do anything. You're not worried about it.
Like, I can hammer nails with this bitch.
Yeah, I can fuck a car. I can fuck a car.
Just like that guy on My Strange Addiction.
I can fuck a skyscraper with this. You know? Just anything, you know.
Sorry, I just had a really funny mental image of you humping a skyscraper.
Yeah. The problem though is it builds up scar tissue in there, and then you got to have some antidotes on hand in case something goes wrong, because there's got a way to counteract that shit. And he was telling me that some of those dudes are so good at it, they got medical kits to where if the shit's going on too long and they say fucking it's aching, they'll actually stick a fucking pretty large gauge needle into themselves to drain the blood out of it, to get the inflation to come out.
Is that really the kind of life you want, Tom?
No.
I don't know.
No, these are stunt cocks, man. They're trying to do some shit on film that fucking they don't really want to do.
Don't mess your dick up.
No, I ain't fucking my dick up. So I'm going to do that. Just going to use my mind.
It's nice the way it is. James said, it's nice to have a big dick, but having big nuts makes your dick look smaller than it is. Yeah.
Go on gear. Because your nuts will get smaller.
Yeah.
And what's funny is like people are thinking like, well, it's not just... Really, it's not the testes inside the bag. The bag itself gets smaller.
Yeah.
It'll kind of go back to what it was when you were like a teenager. Because when you get older, that shit fucking come out and look like a damn turkey neck. Like a turkey neck water. But that's because of the way your hormones are set up. But if you know, yeah. So I'm looking good right now. Looks real good. Looks good on camera. You can see it on camera. I got pictures of it. Now whole videos.
Still need to do some solo videos.
Yeah, I'll do something.
To put on your fans.
Yeah.
I keep hoping every day.
Yeah, she's fucking.
I'm at work and I'm just like I keep hoping every time he messages me. I'm like, ooh, is this the day?
Yeah. I was worried about motorcycles and fucking worried about other shit, and I had to do all this lawn work. I mowed today. You notice? And I edged the other day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got an edger.
Okay. Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah, I bought an edger on the Lowe's card. Because the HOA fucking complained.
They're always bitching about something. I thought that the HOA at this place weren't going to be as bad as the HOA at the old place, but...
they were right, though, because I went out and looked at everybody else's edging, and everybody else was edged. We've been here for a year, and they haven't complained.
Okay, so they let us slide.
They let us slide for a long time.
Because we didn't even have an edger until recently.
No, I got that electric edger. Got what's that shit called with the K? Cobalt.
Oh,
they're blue.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I like those cobalt blue, electric tools. Got an electric weed eater and an electric fucking chainsaw. That's what I cut those branches down with. And now I got an electric edger. I sound like a fucking suburban old man.
I was just gonna say,
and I got a ride-on lawnmower. That shit's fucking.
He does have a riding lawnmower.
Yeah, I got that too.
Well, you kind of have to have one because it's like an acre.
Yeah,
it's massive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were just mowing that with a fucking
push mower. This looks like a golf course out there.
Yeah,
this is a golf course.
That's one of the nice things about this neighborhood, as opposed to the old. Like I liked our old neighborhood too, but the houses were kind of close together.
Yeah.
Like here, the houses are really far apart. Yeah. Like most people have half acre to an acre of land. So, I mean, there's houses, but they're way farther apart.
And in Florida, if you have an acre, you can shoot on it. And
people shoot around here. I hear it.
The thing is, I'm 0.9 acres, so I can't set it. And there's houses all over, so I can't go out there and zero. I just want a place where I can zero AR-15.
There's got to be somewhere around here because somebody's.
I hear them shooting. They're on their private property.
I can hear it. Mackie Mac says, "I just drink high caffeine drinks and I get it going. Must be the caffeine." Oh, maybe. Murder Hornet says, "I take 200 milligram Viagra. Shit stays hard after you blow your wad."
Yeah.
Victor says, "Tom, get a bee to sting your dick. It'll make it bigger, and it's organic."
Yeah. Bee's nest is fucking also known as murder hornets. Murder hornets. He lives on the Mexican border. He's an American guy who lives on the Mexican border. Mexican girlfriend and shit. He'll go down there and fucking. He'll go down to the pharmacy. I got him on test. He started fucking trimming up, man. He's looking really good. And his Mexican girlfriend started fucking telling me he started looking like a skinny junkie. And I said, dude, you look fucking great. What are you talking about, man? Fucking go back on test, man. Well, my girlfriend says I look like a junkie. I said, dude, man, your girlfriend's fat and she's Mexican. Of course she's going to say she's eating on them tortillas, man.
You're making her feel bad.
Yeah, you're making her feel bad, man. Fucking go back on test, man. You were looking good. And then go lift some weights, man. Build some mass up. So then he goes down to the brothel in Mexico and has me. He's streaming the shit through his phone. Has me pick the girl out. Ain't that's a brother there?
Yeah,
that's a real friend.
I know. See, this is what he's like.
That's a real friend.
We'll be sitting there. We'll be sitting there into bed, and I'll be like watching I don't know, riff tracks or some shit like that. And he's over there on his tablet. And he's like, yeah, Murder Hornets, he wants me to, like, pick a hooker or something. Pick the hooker.
Those girls are cute, too, man.
Okay.
Those girls are cute, yeah.
Mackie Mac also says, women, no need for a sex toy. They just have to sit on a washing machine. It does the job. You know what? It's funny because I had always heard that. Like, it was kind of like, it almost seemed like it was a sitcom joke, or like it was like in movies and stuff. It's like, oh, he's just going to go sit on the washing machine or lean against a washing machine or something like that. Which, I don't know. I guess that would be enjoyable, but I don't know. I don't see how it's, maybe like people are more sensitive than me, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, it'd probably be kind of nice, but I don't know if just sitting on a washing machine would do much of anything. You know what I'm saying? I kind of need a little bit more than that. Fansly link. Actually, I don't know what is Tom's. I'm gonna have to ask him. I can't remember because we have like I said, we have a Twitter, we have a Streammate, and we have like different names for all of that. And I don't remember what he used for the Fansly. I don't even remember what I used for the Fansly because it was like a week or two ago that I registered for it, and I can't even remember what fucking name I used. We've been using like variations of our names, but like with 13 at the end. The problem with Streammate though arose because I wanted to call it 13 Cam. That was like what the logo that I made and everything like that. And they were like, yeah, you can't have any name that has a number in it that's under 18 because they don't want to encourage, pedos. So I had to change it.
There's all these different fucking rules on every goddamn platform.
They're like real sensitive about that. Because I'm sitting there and go like, I didn't even think of why at the time, and then I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Gotta have a dirty mind.
Yeah.
We gotta look at clips for sale and mini vids.
Yeah, that's the next stuff.
We gotta get because we have material we can sell on there right now.
Yeah, because like I said, we have a bunch of videos that we actually can't sell on Streammate because he's in them.
Yeah.
And like Streammate, they won't even let me put up one with his voice in it.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Like even if his face is in it, he's not in it.
And there's some things that we filmed where my hand has to come in to move a camera because there's multiple cameras going on there, and my hand comes in. Did you have to zoom in?
Yeah.
So my hand wouldn't.
I mean, just in case, because I'm always kind of like, because the one video that I did with the weird like monster dicks, the weird dildos, like I did that, and it's like you weren't even in it because you were filming it.
Yeah.
But you talked to me a couple of times, and like I talked to you a couple of times, so your voice was in it, and it's like so they wouldn't let me. It was just his voice, no face, no hand, no nothing.
This is what she's talking about.
And they wouldn't let me like a
damn extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
And then.
That one.
That bitch right there, man.
That bitch still hurts. Sorry, that hurts.
That's like
it looks cool though.
Dragon.
It looks cool though. Like I said, I call that my Lovecrafty
space dragon
tentacle. Like I said, they have one on. I think it's on Amazon actually. That's kind of like that, but it's like way more like a tentacle. Like it's longer and it's like more tapered at the end. And I was like, I kind of want that because it's cool looking, but it's like I don't know if I'd ever actually use it for its intended purpose. It's shit.
What you doing, Pokey?
James says, bro, those vids I need. Yeah, but yeah, so I did one like that, and like I had to go through and like edit out every single. They finally did accept it. They finally let me.
If you go on Streammate and look at Gen Tomcam in the couples section, you have to become a member. You just give them your credit card information. I did it myself when I scouted it out, so they're good with your information. They're safe. If you go to our profile in there, you'll find videos that are already for sale. How many of them are up there?
I think there is like 7 or 8 of them.
7 or 8, yeah.
At the moment.
And they range in prices from like a couple bucks to like probably 15, probably 10.
Yeah, I think the most expensive one is maybe $14.99 or $12.99 or something.
And it depends on what's in it, and how long it is.
Yeah, it's just.
But they're all solo gen videos.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let me upload. Like I said, we
got other shit that's a lot better than that.
We filmed some stuff with because we didn't know.
We didn't know the standards.
We didn't know that we
knew we could sell it in other places. We didn't know where we could sell it.
Right. I didn't know that Streammate wasn't going to let me.
Yeah, it didn't
like
make
even
sense.
with your fucking voice in it.
It makes no sense because I'm approved to stream there.
So I had to edit out like everywhere that you talked.
Ridiculous.
Like in that.
So we got to keep all those edits straight. You got all the edits straight. That way on other platforms you have full, more or less.
Well, what I usually do is if I do an edit, I'll usually call it whatever the title of the video is, and then I'll put Streammate in big letters. At
that last one that you did has to be re-edited with that other stuff put back into it. We have all that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you got the raw
material. Like I said, I keep everything. And like I said, I was going to show you how to use the editing software. Yeah. So if you ever want to come in here and edit something, or if you make a video and you want to edit it, it's not hard to use. Like it's kind of tedious, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty user friendly. Yeah. Like the one that I use. So, I mean, you might get a lot out of that. Like if you know, because you'll be able to like do your own shit too.
Yeah. I can't believe that Fansly hasn't fucking approved you yet.
Yeah, well, I'll have to send them a message tomorrow or something if they haven't got back to me.
It took me a couple weeks.
Victor said, my old coworker who I had a crush on has an OnlyFans. I subscribe to it. He's hot as fuck. We'll get in there one of these days.
It's a lot of male profiles. I scout out the competition to see how I'm going to stack up and how I'd fit in with the male competition. Most of those dudes are dogs. It's always kind of like some kind of extreme. It's either some dude that is just like, man, fuck, standards must be low around here. Or it's some dude you just can't believe that motherfucker actually exists. I mean, just jacked. Just fucking almost IFBB.
Yeah, it's like there's no in between.
There's no in between. I'd still be in the top 15%, though, based on what I'm seeing.
Yeah, easily.
Problem with it is that, it's everything's about numbers and marketing. There's females do not buy porn. They just don't.
Nope.
They'll watch it, but they won't buy it.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit.
So, if you're a straight guy, you have to make products that gay guys will buy. And I'm not going to be like fucking hiring my muscle buddies to come over here and fucking slamming on me and shit like that. Going, hey, let it gonna,
although I would love to see that.
I have seen there's a couple Russian guys out there that I respect their fucking game. All right. I can tell that whoever's behind that camera filming is his girlfriend. Okay. And he's going through a virtual date. He's meeting you at the mall and takes you back to his place and fucks you on the first date. He's doing all the and he's got this thick Russian accent and he's using fucking American gay slang. I'm going bareback in you. I'm breeding you. He's just fucking hilarious. And it's just him alone, He's got sex toys and shit. He's got this fucking man ass. Rubber man.
Those are so weird.
Yeah.
I used to sell those on Amazon.
Looks like something Jeffrey Dahmer would have just fucking underneath his bed or something.
Those are so weird.
But he talks mad game, man, and his profiles of that says that he is so alpha, he's here to turn straight men into straight up beta bitches. I mean, it's just
that sounds like you.
Yeah, and I'm going like fucking yeah, dude.
That's
You've
some shit
exactly.
You say.
It just. Man, motherfucker's got serious mouth game on him. Fucking, I respect it. He's just talking mad shit.
That's really funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Murder Hornet said, Tom, just whack off. Gays will like it.
If you look at what those
dudes
make...
Don't overthink it, though. Don't overthink it.
If you look at what those dudes make, it's just video after video after video of some naked motherfucker on his back fucking jerking it. It's the same video over and over again. Yeah. There's no personality in those dudes. Those dudes are all losers. They can't even come up with a fucking story. Or, you know what I mean? And there's no personality in any of that shit. And it's like the same video over and over again. I would expect more for gays. I thought gays would be all fucking... artistic about it and come up with some good ideas and costumes and shit. No. They just take off all their clothes. Hairy motherfuckers laying there. Belly and shit. No style. Terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Terrible.
And the dudes that were doing best, man, was the dudes that stood out. They're fucking getting all the action. Those are straight dudes.
Well, like I said, you really have to... the market is saturated, and so you really have to, have some kind of angle.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people doing it. Yeah. Mackie Mac said, just fuck a flesh jack while Jenny slaps Tom with a dildo. We could do a video like that. That'd be super fun.
We got all that.
Yeah, we got all that stuff.
Jenny fucking hit me on the back of the head. Pow!
Pow!
Stop it! Stop it! I'm trying to concentrate.
Oh my god, we need to do that.
In a lot of the edits of the shit that me and Jen make, there's a lot of humor in it. Me going, I can't take this shit. God damn, shit like that, and Jenny fucking.
I still laugh when I see that.
Damn.
Well, you always kind of
it depends on what we were doing.
You always kind of make me laugh when you do that, kind of like you just can't, even.
Can't take it anymore.
You can't even. That's really funny. Yeah, James says cosplay is another one that's pretty prevalent too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean seriously.
Well, see, I got a Bane costumes.
See, that's what he was talking to me about, on
I got
the text.
A lot of paramilitary shit.
Yeah, see, you should totally
It'd be all hyper masculine.
Well, just do, like I said, you need to find something that you like to do that is unique to you. You know what I mean? Because it's don't do the same shit other people are doing. Don't do that because it's you're not going to stand out. You're just going to be doing the same shit everybody else is doing.
We see, I came up with a good one just while we were fucking talking. I think last week. It says you're gonna get the camera, and we're gonna go to some deserted mall bathroom, and I'm gonna be up there taking a leak at the urinal, and you walk in, and I'm gonna pretend like you're some dude. I said, dude, what the fuck are you doing in here? And then you go to the urinal and go, no.
He's gonna make me sit down and pee.
Bitch like you can never fucking stand up and piss around me. You sit the fuck down when you come in. Sit down and make them fucking pee, make him sit down and piss. Yeah.
As long as the bathroom's not too gross.
You just do POV, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said, I don't ever want to catch you in here like this. I won't ever catch you in the men's restroom again.
Victor says, did we ever start that GoFundMe so Tom can get pegged? Our friend Dimitri would probably give a lot of money to that because he always brings that up.
He'd want to copy the video and shit.
Well, yeah.
He'd play the shit at the club.
He probably would, like on the big screens and stuff. That sounds like some shit he would do.
He'd have that shit fucking... I know these fucking Vipers. He'd have that shit fucking mixed in with all the fucking...
And I'd be like, yeah.
And shit, me fucking just lay it out being pegged by Jenny. Ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Fucking ridiculous.
Now, one thing that we did do on the show, that we attempted to do, was... one of the people that was paying for the private, they wanted to know, this is like, these shows are like so TMI, but I don't care. So he wanted to know if I had ever fucked two guys at once.
Yeah.
And Tom was like, not that I know of. And I was like, not that I know of.
Not that I know of,
unless I was passed out or something. Not that I remember. I mean, I've been pretty drunk before, but I don't
He
think
was laughing
like
at our reactions, though. He liked
yeah. But so Tom was like, well, let's try and put... two of these dildos in here at the same time.
Well, no, he said that.
Well, he suggested that? Okay.
So he's trying to get both of them in there.
Try to get both of them in there. So we did try to get both of them in there. Like two... Yeah, it didn't work.
No.
It didn't work.
No.
But, I mean, kinda, but not.
Nah.
And we even, like, took two of the, like, more reasonable size ones.
Yeah.
It wasn't like... Because I have that one that's like a fucking... it's like this big around. I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. But I was like, we'll get some of the smaller ones and we'll see. Yeah, I was like, that's not... two of those aren't going in there, obviously. So, but...
shit falls down, it's like a damn avalanche.
Seriously, so we have, like, all of them, because they all have, like, suction cups on the bottom. So we have all of them, like, on a little shelf over there. And that clear one, like, falls off all the time. So I'll be, like, in here working or whatever, and then all of a sudden I'll hear pum, 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 pum. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? It's like fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
Just that clear dildo fell off.
Murder Hornet says that I bring humor to it.
Yeah, and I think that that's good because, I mean, like I said, I don't know if we've found our groove with the live streaming yet because we haven't done it that many times.
There's different styles and techniques you can use.
Right.
It's like being in the carnival. There's a bunch of different angles you can play.
Yeah.
And gotta find something that fucking works for us. That it's just talking to Bill gave me a bunch of ideas. I ain't gonna get into them though right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's good that you're friends with that guy.
He's big into the shit. He still wants me to come fucking shoot with him.
Because he's got all kind of information.
He's like, man, fucking, he goes, if I ever need help on a shoot, you come over, fucking, and I'll give you free training. And I said, all right. He's not gonna pay me, but just go on the porn shoot and fucking watch these girls get fucking torn through by a whole train of dudes.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing, man. It'd probably be his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, like I said, that's kind of takes a special kind of...
It takes a special kind of... What's funny is that they're very normal.
Well, yeah, like a lot... Most people are normal. Like, normal. Even like people that are into freaky shit, most of them are normal.
Yeah, they're very normal.
Like, everybody's normal, it's fine.
I'm watching that shit and I'm like going, man, I wouldn't fucking want my girlfriend or even wife to go through some shit like that. Oh, no, she's fine. It's just like... We don't take any of this seriously. It's straight business.
Yeah, I get that.
They don't take any of it seriously.
But like I said,
it's like it didn't even happen. And
I mean, like I said, we kind of talked about this though, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. I still have a kind of thing where, I don't know. I just don't really like the idea of it. I'm not bothered by being in my house and like doing it on video, or doing it on a live stream or something like that because nobody's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just in my house, and it's just you and me. So it's like I don't really care about that, but it's just kind of like I don't I don't like the idea of like fucking a bunch of randos.
I was like, did she get anything out of that, you think? And she's like, no. No, it's
well,
just,
yeah, I would imagine not.
They're just trying to get through it. It's just like making any other kind of movie.
Yeah, it's not
he said the women have it easy. It's the guys that have it hard because they have to fucking perform and then they have to have a finish. You know, they have to fucking be able to bust a nut. And they're in a crowded room with a bunch of people. But they get used to it.
Yeah.
But it says a lot of the times they got to fake the finishes or the endings were tacked on later. They were shot under two different circumstances. In other words, all of a sudden, when a guy gets ready to do the fucking money shot, the camera angle changes. Well, that might have not been. That wasn't the exact same time.
Right.
It was done with maybe only a couple people around. It just depends.
It's just like anything else.
Yeah.
It's like they're just trying to make the final product. So however they can manage that.
Yeah, some of it's just kind of pasted and taped together.
Like I said, a live stream is a little bit different because you don't really have the luxury of
edits or
doing several takes or anything like that. Or it's like, oh, hey, I'll go take a break and come back in 40 minutes. Or
time. They're motherfuckers putting you on a time limit.
But like I said, the thing about
about fucking performance anxiety. Motherfucker's going to try to give you fucking 4 minutes to do all this shit. And you're like, dude, it's not possible.
Well, like I said, you have to think, too, that you can't you can't like overthink it because you don't have to do anything that you don't
you can't let them run you. You
can't
let them run you,
you know what I mean? Because look, there's like millions of other people. There's like tons of other porn. Like they could go look at other porn. Like it's not a big thing. They probably weren't going to pay anyway. So it's just kind of like, don't worry too much about that. You know? I think that, I don't know. Like, I'm usually the overthinker, but I don't really overthink it too much.
James going, those shows sound next level. I don't know what shows you're talking about.
What, like the ones on Stream8 that we do?
Yeah, it must be what he's talking about.
Yeah. Like I said, we've only done a few. I think we've only done 4 at this point.
No, actually, if you're there when the shit's going down, it's very basic. Because those dudes don't last long, man.
Well, yes, and like I said, most of them want like pretty basic stuff.
Shit,
It's just kind of like, so nobody wants anything super complicated. Yeah. Like I said, the weirdest thing, it's not even weird, but it's like the weirdest thing was like, well, they wanted you to like smack me in the face.
Yeah, slap her in the face. Which way did we did that?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. Just that I didn't slap her in the face as hard as he wanted me to.
Well, yeah, you better.
Dude was saying 9 out of 10. I said, dude, fucking 9 to knock her out. 9 to knock her out. Fucking 10 to kill her, man. Fucking.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Well, just slap her as hard as you feel comfortable with. So I'm not gonna put any bruises on her. You know, so I was popping my hand. I kind of cupped my hand so it'd make a nice pop.
Yeah, you just mostly want the sound.
Just to get the sound, yeah.
Like I said, you know, it like kind of stings, but it didn't like linger. You know, so you didn't like hit that hard.
Yeah.
John Gora said, a woman said to me, I can't imagine how someone could just have sex with a complete stranger. I said it must be analogous to soldiering, like killing someone you never even met.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of, like I said, I don't know if I like would say that I've fucked a random person, but it's like I have, you know, had sex with somebody that I just met.
Yeah.
Like that night, like a one night stand type situation a little bit. I've
That's
done
common.
that. Yeah, I've done that a couple times, but it's like I hung out with them for like hours beforehand so it wasn't just like, so I knew who they were. So I was like, oh, this person's okay or whatever. But it's like, and I haven't done that much really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. Just that idea of, and like I said, no shade on people that do like doing it. Like, because some people do like doing porn. Like, some women do like doing porn, and it's like that it doesn't bother them. But I don't know. I don't really like the idea of it. Because I'm like, look, but I don't know you. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Porn's artificial.
That's another thing.
Yeah, it's very artificial.
So it's not even like, and doing porn is like not really like, yeah, you're having sex with that person, but it's not really the same as like having sex with them like in private. You know what I mean? That's completely different.
It's kind of like not real sex. It's a performance.
Yeah, like it is, but it's not. You're
worried about other stuff.
Right.
You're worried about, well, I hope the fucking audio's picking this up. I hope the camera's good. Wonder how this is going to work out in edit. Okay, the whole thing's pretty much rehearsed. We're going to do this, and this, and this. We're going to try to get this. We're going to try to get this done. It's got to be about 15 minutes long. So it's kind of an artificial. But the thing is, though, is that fucking working on video is a lot easier than live. Evidently, according to, we've never done this, we're not going to do this, but according to people in the industry, in this general industry, the easiest is fucking escorting, because it's the most normal. Because it's just one person dealing with another person. There's plenty of time.
But like I said, that's not normal for me though, because it's like I don't really like interacting with other people.
Well, what I meant in terms of the sex.
Yeah, I get it.
Sex feels more normal, more like a date.
Yeah, because that's kind of the way it's.
That's the way it kind of is. So, but video is a lot easier than stream.
Yeah, I mean it's still work, but we have fun doing that. Yeah, and it's a lot less pressure.
A lot less pressure.
I mean, I like doing the live streams; they're fun.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and you never know what people are going to come in and ask for, which is always kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, there is like a little bit of, but you know, that's why we drink on the show. Because after a drink, I'm just kind of like, who gives a fuck, whatever. Yeah. We'll do whatever. And like I said, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Like people can come in and ask for shit, and it's like you're like, no, I don't want to do that. That's all. Then they can just go someplace else. And so you don't have to feel like obligated.
Some of them seem to be asking just to get a rise out of you too, certain shit.
That's what I'm saying. And like, and sometimes people are like, they're asking for shit, but you know, they're not going to pay.
They're not going to pay for it.
So it's just kind of like, so don't, you know, you don't get too hung up about it, because it's like 90% of the people aren't going to pay anyways. So it's just kind of like you said, they're just trying to get a rise out of you, or they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're just trying to come in being like.
He goes, escorting is sketchy. Yeah, it's sketchy. It's
like I said, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, escorting is hooking.
I mean, shit, we just did a show like on Wednesday night about the Long Island serial killer, and that was a whole thing about those poor girls that were doing escorting on Craigslist, and like ended up meeting this motherfucker who fucking murdered them.
Yeah, who would have passed most professional screenings.
That's what's scary about it.
Yeah, he'd have gotten through. Because most pros want references from other girls before they'll do work for you.
Yeah, it's like, is this dude normal? Like,
yeah, and this dude would have had. And they like him middle age plus, which he passed that. And they like him married. And he would have passed all that. He would have gotten through, say, Ayala's fucking system, because that dude was a regular.
Yeah.
He was a regular with a bunch of other girls that he didn't do anything to. It's just there's certain ones he killed.
See, that's
so he knew their system.
Right.
He knew their system.
And that's what's scary about it. And like I said, it's good that they have that system, and like 99% of the time, I'm sure that works. But always going to be somebody that's going to circumvent that situation.
And he actually would have gone through the acid test. That's where you're trying to do business with an escort off of maybe like Trist.link or something. She wants a reference, and the reference you give is your wife. So she gets FaceTime with the wife. Oh, yeah, hey, because they usually meet them FaceTime.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, no, don't worry, honey, he's okay. You know. That dude would have passed that test.
Yeah,
because his wife probably would have said, yeah, he's okay.
Although I just heard today that she had filed for divorce.
No, when?
Today.
Oh, today. Well, yeah. Well,
today or yesterday.
Back in his hooking days, if she was hip, she would have fucking referenced it for him, probably. Because a lot of people, you know, fucking, some of these girls will tell you that like 1/3 of the fucking references of new clients that comes in, it's the wife that's the reference. Not a
yeah, they're like, please fuck this dude. I don't want to fuck this dude.
Yeah, they're like, I'm sick of this dude, yeah.
Which is kind of sad, but...
Well,
I mean,
think of people that we know that would work. Fetish couples that we know.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
It'd be like
well, and I get it that there's like other situations where it's like they don't want to get divorced for various reasons.
And the wife doesn't really not interested anymore, and the guy he just wants to have fun. He's not going anywhere. You know.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. So it's okay, honey. He's fine. He'll be all right. Yeah. He's safe. And these are senior citizens.
I mean, when you think
most of the time when you think about it, they're over 65 for a lot of them. Or at least Ellis was. She liked him over 65. Just less trouble.
Well, and if he was old enough, you knew you could probably fucking take him if you had to. Pop! There you go, Grandpa.
I think it was just more of the...
I'll pull your fucking fake teeth out.
They were...
Your dentures.
Most of those escorts are fool's gold. Evidently. According to fucking... his name is Sterling Cooper. And he was a male elite escort. He would escort rich Chinese women mostly. He knew a lot of the female escorts, and they were his clients. A lot of times these female escorts don't have boyfriends or whatever, so they'll hire a male escort to be a boyfriend on a night off type of deal. And he said a lot of them were fool's gold. They looked good, but they just weren't any good. You know, just because she's available doesn't mean she's any good.
Well, that's kind of true of everything.
You know what I mean? It's just like any other woman. You know, and the clientele she's dealing with are fucking senior citizens. You know what I mean? So
they're probably happy.
They're just happy that there's a woman.
They're happy that there's like a younger one paying attention to them.
Yeah. So everything has to be
to their wrinkled old.
Exactly.
Sack.
Everything has to be looking in the proper perspective.
I'm not shitting on old dudes. Old dudes are fine. I'm just saying that some old dudes are fine.
A lot of that escorting is fucking like social work. Motherfuckers just want fucking lonely motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they want some chick to go on the yacht with them.
I kind of feel like that's a lot of the situation. It's probably like 20% sex and 80% other shit, like companionship and talking and shit like that, because they're just lonely, you know. James says, how those dudes never got ganked by the pimps is dumbfounding. Don't they follow to make sure the dude don't do anything? Well, see, that's what I kind of wonder about what happened. Because like I said, we did a show on Wednesday about Long Island serial killer. And even though Shannon Gilbert, you know, they think that she wasn't murdered. I don't know if I entirely believe that or not. But they think that maybe she wasn't involved. But she did have someone driving her and like most escorts do. I feel like it's usually their boyfriend or, you know, like a male friend or something, and we'll usually drive them to their appointments and we'll wait for them, like just in case like some shit goes sideways, because it happens a lot. So you really have to have somebody watching your back. But I don't know, like I think what ended up happening in that situation was that she ended up, you know, going in the dude's house, and then she kind of freaked out, and then and for whatever reason, I don't know if there was a legit reason for her to freak out, or, you know, according to them, it's like, oh, maybe she was on drugs or something, and she was overreacting. I don't know. I think maybe there was something that obviously caused her to react that stridently, I guess. So she, like, ran out the fucking house, and I think after a while, like, he couldn't find her, and so he was just like, fuck it, I'm going home. I think that's what happened. But so most of them do like have somebody looking out for them, because most of them that have been doing it for a while do know that that's a very dangerous thing to be doing.
What you talking about?
Escorting.
Oh, yeah.
It is a very dangerous thing to be doing. Like, I understand you can make a lot of money doing that, but
yeah, you end up over in Dubai. You never know what's gonna happen.
Like I said, the whole
Dubai,
the whole fucking time. Like, I'm thinking about
stories.
I have too, and it's just kind of look. I fucking write about true crime all the time, and I'm just like, that's a good way to like end up a fucking statistic.
Like 2 girls who are known porn stars here get called off to Dubai to go on some guy's yacht. And they go to the yacht. It's gorgeous, you know what I mean? It's like a fucking floating apartment. And then all of a sudden, 30 dudes show up, all his friends. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get paid, but they got to work for all these dudes.
Right.
And then the fucking
no thanks.
The billing starts to become very fucking vague about who owns what, and then they start fucking like escalating, kind of like fucking the degradation, you know, kind of a misogyny angle on these girls, and they're outnumbered like fucking 15-1.
Right, like they can't do anything.
Right, so they're out on a yacht somewhere, and they're
scary.
like, this isn't exactly what we... So they come back, but, you know, they knew what they were getting into. I mean, they fucking go to Dubai. So, yeah, they went there with not a whole lot of money and came out with fucking 30 grand, but their dignity was not intact, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. It's just not worth it to me. Yeah. Because it's just like, you know that they're going to try to get over like that.
Yeah, they're going to try to get over on your ass.
You know, they're always going to try, oh, it'll be fine, we'll do this, that, and the other thing. And then you get there, and it's just like there's all these other things you have to do. And it's just like, it's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. All the shit that you'd have to go through And you know what those types of dudes are like. It's like they have the money, they want to pay to essentially, like you said, degrade you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just not down with that. I'm not down with that.
Well, it's not always the deal, but that particular story was like that.
Yeah.
Other ones that I've heard were from high-end girls who were basically like millionaire girlfriends, and they'll be on a yacht for about a month with some dude. And dude's in bed by 9 o'clock every night, and she's mostly watching Netflix. And he's in his fucking late 60s, early 70s. There's not much to the dude. And really the main challenge is to pretend that this dude is interesting. When the dude is,
see, I have a hard time with that kind of stuff too.
Like,
that's exhausting.
Yeah, and
to me,
this guy's he's a totally different generation.
Even that wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah,
like other than like all the degrading sex stuff, which would probably be bad enough. But it's just like having to put up with this dude for like a long time and pretend. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's odd. Like, what? Oh my god, that would like. I'm just like, please, I'm gonna jump off this fucking ship right now.
He's in his 60s.
I would probably jump off the ship.
And he's, you know,
I just can't do it.
Rich kid, silver spoon. He's got power and money. He's fucking big businesses. But the thing is a lot of rich guys don't have any game. You know, what would they need game for?
They got money.
They got money. They don't need game.
They can buy whatever they want.
And they just try to be as interesting as possible, like they're Tony Stark, but they're not. You know, that's not the way they really are when you meet them. And fucking, they're not impressive really as men. They haven't really. What gives good character to anybody? It doesn't matter if you ask me, man or woman, is suffering. Anybody who's suffered and then triumphed through it, they come out stronger. And a lot of people in the elite classes never suffer. It's easy.
Well, like
they'll suffer losses, like they might lose money. That's not the same.
But they still got money.
Right. It's not
like they lost everything or were living in their fucking car behind a dumpster.
It's not like they end up in a maximum security prison fighting for their life for several years and they get out. Or they fucking go to war and kill some dudes and had half their fucking body blown off, you know what I mean? They come back and they're part cyborg now, you know what I mean? It's not the same fucking deal, you know.
And I'm not saying that everybody has to suffer to have character. They don't. But it does...
It helps.
It does help. Like, if you had everything handed to you...
Yeah.
If you had money growing up, if you had, like, you never really had to work for anything. You may think that you had to.
Yeah.
But you didn't. Because you had, like, a lot of advantages that the rest of us did not have.
Yeah, well, just look at Hunter Biden. Okay? Motherfucker's a rich dude, never had any problems. And his only problem is himself. He's a crackhead with fucking rotten teeth, damn near unlimited money, and fucking hookers. Imagine you got to work with that motherfucker with this rotten ass meth mouth. You know what I mean?
I grew up in Daytona. I know all about meth. There's a lot of people have that.
Yeah, and he's sitting there fucking breaking off fucking 10,000, 20,000, and you just got to put up with this fucking meth mouth motherfucker. You know, that'd be kind of degrading to me that you got to deal with this motherfucker, and he's and you're kind of addicted to this money. You know what I mean? That's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money to him. See? It's all...
Which is crazy, because fucking $20,000, I could live a fucking year on that.
Yeah, but that would be like somebody handing, to him, that's like $10.
I've had years...
So he sees you as a cheap whore.
I've had years where I made less than $20,000.
So this is how bizarre it is. He sees you as a cheap whore, giving out fucking $10, $20.
Where was this?
So that's what would suck about that situation.
Mackie Mac says, escorting is risky. There were tons of male escorts doing porn, dating gay rich guys. Some even blackmail them. Yeah. Some clients get murdered. Gay porn stars arrested on YouTube. It's crazy. Yeah, and
who's
that's...
saying this?
Mackie Mac said that.
Mackie Mac. You gay, Mackie Mac? You know the scene or something? Where do you hear this?
Well, no, it's pretty common knowledge.
Okay.
You know what I mean.
Okay.
Pretty common knowledge. Yeah, and then James said they got money, they can buy whatever they want, like fucking Epstein.
Yeah. And those dudes, there's lots of them.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, and especially, like I said, if you grew up with money, so you never knew what it was like to not have it, or to, like, have to struggle, or to have to work for money.
They see people like us as subhuman.
You know, and it's, so everything was easy for them. But the weird thing about it is that they don't, I guess because they don't have any frame of reference, So they would always think, oh, well, I had to struggle. I did this, that, and the other thing. And everybody's just like, that's not struggling.
That's not struggling, right.
But right. But they don't know any different because they never really had to. So they don't, like, know what that's like. You know what I mean? Like I said, they never had to buy those oatmeal cookies with the icing on them for $1
right.
at Dollar General, and that was like the only snack that you had. They never had to do that. They probably wouldn't even know what we were talking about. But you guys know what we were talking about. You know, they didn't grow up in a trailer park and like fucking like I did. So it's, you know, I don't know. It'd be nice to have like enough money that I didn't have to worry about anything. That's all I ever wanted. Yeah. Because I hate having to worry all the time. That's the shitty thing. Yeah. And I think that's like something that people that have never struggled for money, I think that's something that they don't. It's just a constant. Yeah. It's just constantly sits on your head. You're always worrying all the time about how am I going to pay this? How am I going to do that?
It's kind of inescapable.
It is, yeah.
Because
and it's hard to crawl out of.
There was times I was making a lot of money. You know, well, a lot of money from my point of view, it'd been like $60,000 probably, and I built up a lot of shit. This is when I was living up in Boston. So what ended up happening is all I did was start worrying about losing the shit that I built up, which I eventually did lose it when the company went out of business. But it doesn't matter. You kind of come back. But the thing is that the people that we're talking about, you know, I mean, like the fucking top 0.5% of the fucking world, they never really can lose enough to ever be poor.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like they have to like, oh my god, I have to go work at McDonald's and live in a car.
No, I'm not a billionaire anymore. I'm only a multimillionaire. Oh my god.
Oh, boo hoo.
World.
Boo fucking hoo.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not like they had to like move in with relatives because they didn't have any fucking money like I had to do.
Like, well, no.
Nothing like
they could lose everything, but then they'd still have a mansion or two somewhere that was all paid for that they could live in for the rest of their life. They'd have a couple $1 million they could live on for the rest of their life.
That's what I mean. It's like, I'm sure they have stuff they could sell, like if they really needed some liquid assets. I just don't have any sympathy. Because look, like all I got is shit in my bank account and my 20-year-old fucking car. That's it. That's all the assets I got. So something bad happens to me, like I have a huge medical bill or something like that, I'm hosed. Yeah. I'm hosed.
Yeah, when I was living in Brazil, as a kid, Mom was in the State Department. I went to a school, an international high school called Escola Graduada de São Paulo, that had all the fucking rich kids. All the rich kids from Brazil, their ruling class, went to high school with me. The president of Brazil, the king of Brazil, well, they don't really have a king anymore, but the guy who would have been king of Brazil, his name is Luiz. He was a friend of mine. He'd have been the king of Brazil. And the Santos family that owned all of the fucking television studios and all the fucking movie theaters. So I knew that they were fucking spoiled, man. They were sociopaths. And
how could they not?
They're fucking sociopaths, and they fucking just treat people as pawns. Regular people are just fucking like tools, and they're above everything. They're like little miniature gods. They could kill somebody literally and get away with it. They have enough fucking money to buy lawyers and bribe people, and it's like mafia dons. Well, I was thinking that only Brazil and South America was like that, but as I got older and started to realize what the fuck was going on, no, America's like that too. Our ruling class is exactly the same. They're above the law. The law is only for you. It's only for the poor people.
Well, yeah, I mean, anybody with like a huge amount of money is going to be able to get away with whatever. Yep. It's always worked like that. Yep. Rules are just for the little guy.
Yep, just for the little guy.
So you don't cause them too much trouble.
They got private detective agencies and private security agencies made up of special forces guys and ex-FBI guys and ex-state police guys and fucking ex-gangsters, and they can do hits on people and do it the right way, so there's no forensic evidence left behind, and there'll never be any indictment. And if they ever come up as a suspect, they can pull strings inside the fucking courts to make sure the indictments don't happen, and they can do anything. It's like organized crime.
Yeah, like I said, you got money, you can pretty much get away with anything. Yep. Mackie Mac said, when you asked if about being gay before, to answer Tom, I am straight/bi, tend to be 50-50, either into men or women.
Okay. As long as you got good taste, I'm all right with it.
Thank you, Tom. I'm sure everyone wanted your approval on that. Holy shit. Is it time for another drink, do you think?
You want me to get you one?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Make you one.
We're not going anyplace.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. I'm so fucking happy. This has been a fucking... I don't know, man. It seemed like a week from hell. You know what I mean? It wasn't a week from hell. It was just... It was one of those weeks where... You know how it's one of those weeks and you just, like, have work and you're just like, oh, shit, okay, there's a lot of... And then it just kept piling on and piling on. And you haven't even finished this shit yet. And then it's just like, how the fuck am I going to finish all this? I still haven't finished all of it. But I finished enough of it to not care anymore. So, there's that. But like I said, I'm an overthinker kind of person. So when I have that happen, I get overwhelmed like really easily. So it's just kind of like, I like to just kind of like relax and do one thing at a time. It's like I have to do this and then I have to do this and I have lists and everything. I have to, because otherwise I'd lose track and I'd freak out. So, because that's just how I roll. But this week it was just kind of like, not only did I have like my regular job where it was just like shit kept coming in and shit kept coming. I'm like, dude, I haven't even finished this last thing. And now we're just kind of like, hey, can you finish that by noon today? And hey, can you do this and that? And then it was that. And then like I had all this like on the side, I had all this freelance stuff coming in, like this and this and this. And I was just like, holy shit, and I was like, when am I going to have time to do any of this stuff? And I was just like flipping out about it. So, you know, I tried to like fucking calm down. I try to remain zen, but I don't know. It's hard because it's like not in my nature. I'm not a zen person. I'm a really like fucking overthinking, anxiety-ridden person, and I'm trying not to be like that, but that's kind of what I'm like. So this whole week has been like that. So I'm just like so fucking happy that it's Friday night now, and I got pretty much most of the important shit done. And then the other shit I didn't get done, I don't really give a shit about. I'll push it off till Monday. I don't care. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and like have a weekend, which should be nice because I don't usually, but. I don't know. It should be fun. I'm gonna do a video this weekend maybe. Like I might do like a movie review. I've already got some movie reviews like planned. But we'll see. I don't know which one I'm gonna do though. I have like 4 of them sort of written out, like movies that I watched before that I was gonna review that I never got around to. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm hoping to at least get one of them. If you haven't like subscribed to my other channels, by the way, you probably should. I have one called Scare Salon and one called Crime and Memorial. Crime and Memorial, I just posted one on the Santa Rosa hitchhiker murders last weekend, and it was like an hour long. I think it was like an hour long. So I worked really hard on that one. So yeah, you should go watch it.
That's why I send this one.
Zach says, "I like your big ring, Jenny." Oh, thank you. Which one? The black one or? Yeah, I buy these, like they have them on Amazon and Shein and stuff like that. They just have like these big sets of rings. It's just like, you know, like a dozen of them or 20 of them or something like that for like fucking $3. They're cheap, like they'll break sometimes, but you just buy them in bulk, you know. Yeah, the big black one. Yeah, I bought a set that was just like all black rings. They were all like black. I had this one, and I have one that's like barbed wire. There's one that's like an octopus. One of his little tentacles broke off though. John Gora said, if you got money, you have to worry about others taking it or stealing or scamming it. Yeah, but they still got a bunch left. Yeah. If somebody got into my bank account and took my money, I'd be completely broke. Yeah. So I would have zero money left.
Those guys there can lose fucking 90% of their shit and still have millions of dollars left.
That's what I mean. So it's like I don't feel bad.
They could retire on that $5 million that they had, and then they'd have a bunch of assets that they owned. Some of it they could sell off. They could have one mansion and then fucking take everything they sold off and then the money they had, just put it in a fucking bank and just live off that for the rest of their lives, as long as they didn't do anything crazy. But they do crazy shit. They want to be flying around everywhere and own a fucking fleet of jets and constantly vacationing in places and hopping from one mansion to the next. So they eat up a lot of money that they didn't.
Because they get used to living that way.
Like that way, yeah. They go, I can't stay in this mansion. What the fuck? Shit, I'd be in that mansion, fucking on the internet, having fun, fucking the rest
That's
of my
what I
life.
mean. It's like, shit, man, I'll just live in here. I'll die in here.
Yeah, all right. Invite all your friends over and have a fucking party. Have a whole ghetto party. Have all the goth kids over. Fucking all the strippers up on the poles and shit. Fucking, it'd be great.
We'd have the best parties. Man, people still talk about the party that we had a couple years ago.
They still talk about that? We gotta have.
And that was like 4 or 5 years ago. We had that party.
That didn't even have sex in it.
That wasn't even that crazy.
No,
and people are still talking about that.
Yeah.
People are still talking about
Had
that.
the fucking DJ here we had the DJ from fucking Memento Mori, fucking our buddy. We had the smoke machine going. The cats were fucking tripping out.
Yeah, he brought all the lights and everything.
The lights, the fucking.
It was awesome.
It was barbecuing. I had Indian food. Had the vegan black metal chef was over.
Yeah, we had a whole buffet of like Indian food.
I had fucking. That
was a fun party. It was an awesome party, and I liked that the house wasn't trashed.
No, they didn't trash ass.
Because see, goth people are they're crazy, but they're also like very respectful. Well, I'm not gonna mess up the house. Nobody broke anything. Nobody fucked anything up. The cops were not called.
No.
I don't think, were they?
No. There were laser beams and shit fucking coming out of the fucking windows and hitting all the houses. Shit was fucking funny.
Yeah, that's right. All the neighbors' houses. They
didn't
bitch though.
Smoke machine set off the fucking fire alarm.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that? They had to stop a smoke machine action.
That was right.
Fogged the whole place up.
Yeah. That was a good party. It was a good time. Man, I got super hammered, but I was hammered like in a good way because I was like, look, I'm in my own house. I don't gotta go nowhere. Yeah. Like everybody was over. It was a good vibe. It was like sitting out on the patio, like smoking pot. It was like it was a good vibe.
Had Jenna Shea and Bree and their boyfriend. The whole threesome was over.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that? Or was Jenna Shea? No, Bree was gone by that time. It was just Jenna.
Wait, was that when they were still trying to be a trio?
Yeah, that was what.
Even though Bree was like, I don't.
Yeah.
I knew she was. I knew she wasn't.
We're talking about this gothic couple.
I knew she wasn't into that. I told you.
Dude's name is Damian, and he was in a band, and he was also an artist.
He's cool. I like him.
Damian's real cool. He's a tall, thin, kind of mixed guy. Kind of light-skinned black guy. Goth, fucking real good looking, and he had this real fucking hot girlfriend, Bree, who's another goth chick, and then he had another girlfriend who's a hot goth stripper named fucking Jenna Shea. And all three of them were a fucking thing for a while. That was a trip.
Yeah, they used to come out, all three.
Used to come out all the time. Yeah.
But I knew that Bree was not happy about.
Well, they were fighting.
Well, the thing about it was that Damian and Bree had been just the two of them for a long time.
Yeah.
And then a third person came into the situation, and I was like, and I always kind of got the sense when they came out that Bree was like not into it. She was just kind of like, I'm just going along with this because that's what he wants. But I just kind of always got that. I don't know, but I'm just because she never told me that. But that was just the impression I got from the body language.
I didn't quite get that impression.
I did.
I got the impression that that she was fighting over him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But Damian and Jenna Shea are still together.
Yeah.
They actually sell art at Mannequins on Friday nights. Most Friday nights, because they're out on the patio now, right?
Yeah.
Because I thought that I was like, what, did they kick them out? Because last time we were there, I was like, they used to have a booth in the club, like by the back bar. But then last time I was there, I was like, oh, it's not there anymore. But then we'll be out on the patio, and they were there.
That's Damian.
Yeah.
That's Damian.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucked
There's another cool picture of Damian. Very popular guy. There's Damian and Jenna Shea.
Yeah, they've been together a long time now. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, they're solid now.
They've been together a long time.
Yeah, a long time.
Long time. Well, we hadn't seen Bree for a while because she kind of disappeared.
Yeah, well, we saw her at the.
But we just saw her at Memento, not this past one, but the one before that.
That's a good picture of them. They're a cute couple. They're real nice.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see them. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
I like Bree too, though.
Yeah. See if I can find a picture of Bree.
But yeah, I was surprised.
Bree's smoking too.
I was surprised to see her because we hadn't seen her in such a long time, and she was at Memento.
Yeah.
Like I said, not the one we went to, not last Friday, but a couple weeks ago. Because I was like, holy shit, where have you been?
There's Bree.
Man, that's a good picture of her.
Yeah.
I didn't see that picture, but that's a really good picture of her.
She's got a lot of good ones here. I want to show one to capture it. Trying to capture the shit.
Trying to capture her
Trying
essence.
to capture it, yeah.
I wonder if there's one picture that captures my essence.
Yeah, there's several.
There's several?
There's several of them, yeah.
Is it the one that you have on your tablet?
Yeah, that's one of them. Okay, there's a lot of them.
He has on his tablet his background photo.
That pretty much captures it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's pretty much captures it.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her, all right. But yeah, on his tablet, like on the background photo, he has one of the ones that I took in one of the shoots. And what hair did I have?
For what?
The black hair, the braids.
Black hair with braids.
Yeah.
I'll show it. I got it.
And the big round glasses. Don't show the titties though.
Yeah. Hold on.
Because it's just cover it up.
Okay.
I mean, we'll probably get demonetized anyway,
no,
but
it's okay.
we've already been demonetized at this point.
I think I have pictures of that without. Okay.
Zach says, you guys are always talking about, I guess he means Memento. What is that exactly? Oh, that is our monthly or twice monthly goth night.
That's from that same photo shoot. I can't show it all.
Yeah, because there's boobies.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I zoomed in.
Oh, you fucked
I
up.
zoomed into a boob. I zoomed in on a boob.
Your tablet knows what you want.
Yeah,
it's like, I basically just want to see the tip.
Okay, that's the
I just want to see the tip.
That's the exact photo right there.
Which one is that? Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
What the fuck, people?
Quit touching it. You're touching it.
I'm touching this shit too much.
Yeah, it's called Memento Mori, and it's been going for 9 years? 10 years?
Yeah, we started that shit, yeah.
Yeah, us and Dimitri, like, we started it at the old independent bar downtown. And it was once a month. And it was on Monday. Actually, I think it started on Sundays, and then they moved it to Monday. And then when Barbarella moved to the other club, like in the warehouse district, they started doing it on Friday night. So they do it usually like once a month on Fridays, unless there's like a holiday, and then they'll do it sometimes twice a month. But it's like the goth night. That
photo disappeared.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's gone.
Did you throw it in the garbage?
Oh, I wanted to fucking... here's something else.
Uh-oh. What else did you think of?
We were talking a couple shows back about the girl I was trying to fucking get for Jen.
Oh. Are we allowed to show her? Don't do that.
Okay, I'm not sure. She never get mad.
I mean, I don't know if
that was her.
Yeah,
that was her.
That's her. She was at Memento.
Yeah, that's her.
Last Friday.
Yeah.
With her boyfriend.
Yeah. She got a good boyfriend.
Yeah, he's cool. I like.
Yeah, he's Irish.
He's Irish. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Irish. Snappy, good dresser, good outfit.
Who?
Her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
He had a good outfit.
Yeah.
I like a dude that knows how to dress, is what I'm saying. He had a good outfit. Too young for me, but you know.
I don't know what happened to that
good
picture.
Outfit. Did you fuck it up?
I was showing it. I had it, and now it's gone.
You'll find it again. You'll find it.
It's almost kind of like maybe it took it out of order. I don't know.
Zach says the gay bar I go to has like a twice monthly leather night, and it's annoying as fuck because I want to try kink and there's dudes in gear everywhere, and they might be the lighting. Might be the lighting all red. What does that mean? I don't know.
He's crazy. You misspelled it, dude.
Well, people are doing the
yeah.
You know, the thing where you type and it's what's that called? Where you type and it helps you?
Oh, speed type.
I hate that shit. I was like, don't help me. I know what I'm saying. You're just giving me the wrong words.
I think I might have actually thrown that into the garbage.
Did you throw me in the garbage, Tom?
I don't know how I'm gonna fucking get it. Where would that shit be?
In your garbage can?
Yeah. How do I find that? It's in controls somewhere?
How would I know? I don't have that. I don't know how your tablet works.
There'd be storage, maybe? No.
Yeah, normally, I'm not sure how many nights a week Barbarella is open now that it's in the different building. it's normal. Their big night is Saturday night, and that's 80s. That's like 80s new wave, which is also super fun. That's actually like my favorite club night, and it was when they were downtown as well. Because it's fun. The all the regulars we know all of them, and it's super fun, and it's like the music is fun. Friday nights, I don't know if they do a regular Friday night, but once a month or sometimes twice a month, they do Memento Mori, and that's like goth industrial. So that's kind of when, and like I said, I miss the old place because, the place that they used to, the bar used to be like, which was right on the corner of, Orange and Washington in downtown Orlando, which you can look up on Google Earth, obviously, is fucking iconic. I mean, that's an iconic building. It had been there for 30 fucking years, more than 30 years, actually. And when they moved, it was kind of a big bummer. The building's still there, obviously. I think it's been another club, but...
That's another one that captures Jen.
That's with my white wig.
Yeah.
Look at my big-ass nose.
It's not big.
That's okay. I'm zen with it now. I'm very ambivalent about that white wig. Like, I bought it, and I'm kind of like, sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't.
Jen looks really good in white.
I think I also had the green contacts in that shot. I have green contacts, and I have blue ones also. I have red ones, but I don't know what happened to them. And I also have snake eye ones, because I use those for my Medusa costume, but I don't know what happened to those either. They're in my bathroom someplace. Zach says they also do a drag show at the bar on Wednesdays, and Jesus Christ, I've been in IMAX theaters where the speakers weren't that bass heavy. Liquefy your organs type shit. Zach says, did you at least put Jenny in a nice dumpster somewhere? Right? At least, I mean, there could be a mattress in the bottom at least. James says, should be a trash bin in your photo gallery, Tom.
Photo gallery? Yeah. I'm looking. Gallery.
Old man don't know how shit works.
Looking for the trash.
Although, to be honest, if I had to find
yeah, it went right to the trash.
Yep.
That's where it was.
If I had to find trash on my phone, I probably wouldn't be able to find it either. I know where the trash is on my computer, but I don't know
Restore it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
That's it.
You figured it out. Thank you, James.
Thanks, man. I'll show you.
Thanks for helping out the old people.
Man, my hand somehow hit a control somewhere and fucking threw that
Dude, I feel you. My phone, I don't know if it's because, like, my phone has been dropped, okay, like, several times. And it has, like, cracks in the shit. I probably need a new one. But you can just, like, if you want it to do something, it won't do it. Like, you push, and, like, nothing happens. But seriously, if you don't want it to do something, if you just, like, fucking breathe on it wrong, it'll do all kind of crazy shit. Yeah. Like, it'll send messages to people. It'll, like, yeah.
What the fuck, man? Did it again. Okay. I don't know why it's zooming.
This is fucking hilarious.
That's it.
Because you're touching it.
Yeah.
I do like that picture.
That's one of the best pictures of Jen.
I like my pout.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
Yeah. She's got her braids in, her head shaved.
I wasn't meaning to pout, but that's just like my natural expression.
And we got those glasses now in fucking reading.
Readers.
They're coming.
Finally.
Had to order them from fucking China.
AliExpress.
Yeah.
They shipped. Because we have a bitch of a time, because he loves those glasses. I like those glasses. But those are costume glasses. I can't fucking see shit in those. It's just glass. It's not...
Yeah, they were only like $5.
Right. So it's not like...
It's just for photos.
Yeah, it doesn't like blow anything up.
Yeah.
So we finally found on AliExpress, we finally found a pair of glasses that looked almost like that were actually... that I would actually be able to see in.
You could order them, yeah, to magnification.
Right.
For readers.
Hopefully they'll be here in a couple of days.
Yeah, thanks, James. There's a trash bin right there in the photo gallery. I was looking for the main trash.
Zach says, I like the anime school teacher glasses. I hate mine because my lenses are like a ½ inch to an inch thick because my eyes are awful, always cleaning them. Yeah, that's kind of the shitty thing is that I had badass vision until fairly recently.
Yeah.
Because you used to ask me to, like, read stuff.
Man, we got 19 likes. Our fucking viewers are going up, actually.
Okay.
People
well, the longer we the longer we stay on,
the more people on. Go ahead.
And the drunker we get. Well, like I said, we're not going anywhere.
This is Friday. Let me go ahead and pass the collection plate around again. We haven't played any commercials or anything like that. If you guys want to give us a super chat, we would fucking love it. It all goes to pay these damn bills around this house. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have to pimp this woman out, man. Fucking, you're gonna help me prevent the pimpage.
You better not pimp me.
No, I ain't gonna pimp you out. But what we're talking about,
You're weird about that, Tom.
Why
do you want to pimp me out?
No, I don't know. I ain't gonna pimp anybody out. Pimp myself out.
That's okay. We're all pimping ourselves out in one way or another.
There's something I was going to talk about.
What's that?
I forgot what it was. Alcohol's getting to me.
Can you get in the ballpark?
It was what we were talking about. You were talking about it, and there was something I was going to say.
The glasses?
Glasses, exactly.
Okay.
She knows.
I know.
She knows.
I can read your mind. It's easier now that you're bald. I don't have all that hair in there.
Glasses. I don't know what it is. I guess it's because I'm a guy. I got real good taste in women's clothes. I almost should have been a drag queen or something. Fucking, I could.
You still could.
I probably could. Always could go a drag, couldn't I?
Sure.
But fucking, I see shit. And I'm going, man, that look great on Jen.
For you.
That look real good on Jen. And
he says that all the time, like literally.
What's that?
Every time, like we're out somewhere and he'll see some chick that's like, we need to get you some pants like that.
Yeah, those pants look good on you. Yeah, they look better on you than they look on her.
He says that all the time.
Yeah. Same thing with the glasses. She wears glasses when she's working.
Just
for readers. Just readers. I'm the same way. When I have to read something, I'll fucking put reading glasses on. And they got so many cool glasses out there now. So I'm like, man, we got to get her some fucking fashion readers that she could wear on the show. And those brown ones were the fucking first thing that came to my mind. A big, oversized, round, retro.
It's like some 70s shit.
Yeah, like 70s. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
Sure.
It's like some shit fucking... Oh, what's his name?
John Denver.
John Denver would wear those motherfuckers. But there's just something cute about...
Everybody wore those in the 70s.
Yeah,
that was all you could get.
There's something real cute about big, round glasses.
Makes your face look smaller.
Yeah. And probably makes all your features look smaller, too.
Yeah.
But you put them on and it fits.
It's like some neoteny shit going on.
Yeah, it's like neoteny. Exactly. But there's got to be some other ones over there. There's got to be other ones out there, too, that would work. I'm gonna keep my eye out for them.
I do like the big round ones. I didn't think that I would because I thought, I was like, oh my god, I'll look like the fucking 70s. And it's like, but I was like, oh, you know what? That looks pretty good.
And every time I'm seeing them now, they're on a goth girl.
Yeah, weirdly.
Yeah.
Even like the ones when we finally found the big round ones, because these are more cat eye, and I like these too. But the big round ones, that I have.
This is what she's talking about.
Yeah, these that, like I said, I'll take them off, but I can't.
She can't see.
I can't see. Yeah. Like, I can't see in these, but they look cool. So I wear them for photos and stuff, but it's like, yeah, everything's just a blur. So we were looking for a pair like these, but that had magnification because these don't have any. And it was surprisingly difficult.
Yeah.
We finally did find a pair on, like I said, AliExpress, and interestingly, the model photo was a goth chick.
Yeah.
With the glasses on. And they're almost exactly the same as these.
I think they are the same.
But readers.
I think they're the same frame and everything.
Okay.
By looking at the photo.
I can't see. I mean, I can see, but
they're just flattering.
Just, like, super blurry.
They're just a flattering glasses.
Like I said, it's like because I have a giant face, so it like makes my face look smaller, which is always good.
You don't have a giant face.
I'm just fucking with you. Zach says Tom is a drag queen is an upsetting combination.
I know. I know.
I don't know. It might work.
No.
Well, if you had your own kind of.
No.
You could do it.
No, I fucking have a hyper masculine build. It would never work. But
if you leaned into that in some way.
No, it wouldn't work.
Oh, come on.
Wouldn't
You're
work.
no fun.
No.
Zach says, I love the look of giant 70s glasses, but I don't think I could pull them off.
Who said that? Zach?
Zach said that.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could either. Because normally, like, the reading glasses that I usually use...
She was skeptical when I gave them to her.
Yeah, the reading glasses that I usually use just for regular work around the house are just kind of, like, small, like, sort of rectangular. And I was just like used to those. So he's like, I think you should get these big round ones. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna look good. I got them bitches anyway. Put
skeptical. Them on. Took a picture, and after she saw,
but I was like, oh
yeah,
they look good. Like I said, it does make my face look smaller, which is always a good thing.
It's just cute. It's like you said, it's like neoteny.
Yeah, this is like making you guys don't know like your eyes look bigger.
If you guys don't know what neoteny is, it means giving an adult kind of childlike appearances, or childlike, like anime. Anime is very neotenous. That's what it talks about.
Yeah, like an adult person with
childish
juvenile features. James says that rockabilly aesthetic is sexy. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I love the whole rockabilly thing. Brenner says, "Can you imagine Tom in a sexy maid outfit?" I think so. Come on, Tom, you got that. You got this.
I don't have to ask for it. You gotta have, if you're gonna be in the sexy maid outfit, you gotta have a big meaty fucking ass. I got a little ass. It's a little.
Tom has a little cute pert ass.
It's like no, it would never work.
I don't know. I think it might.
Never work.
I think it could. Oh, you're no fun, Tom.
I'm gonna go rest him home.
He's no fun.
Now she's trying to get more out of me than is there.
I don't know about maid outfit. I'm trying to think of like some other kind of like drag outfit he could do. I don't know. I'd have to think about it more. Like I said, I think like the whole day we had this whole running joke about how my big fantasy was like seeing him and David Bowie like having sex, and then it's like one of the things, and I think this is fucked up, but like when David Bowie died, I was like, and that's like not funny because I was like super upset about it. Like seriously, we went to iBar when it was still downtown, and like a day or two after David Bowie died, and they did a big like tribute, and they played like not all David Bowie but like a lot of David Bowie songs, and man, everybody was crying. It was awful, and it's like it was awesome, but it was like awful at the same time. So it's like we were there doing that, and then I was like, and then one thing that I thought, and I said to him later, I was like, so my fantasy is never gonna come true. Not like it would anyway, because it's like we're never gonna meet David Bowie. Come on, but yeah. So I told Tom that it's like it's never gonna come true now because he's dead. I don't know. We're fucking weird like that. Tom in a corset. Yeah. See, I kind of wish. Like, even if nobody saw it, I was just kind of like, I would like him to, like, have to wear a corset and, like, super high heels and all that kind of stuff. Just for a while. Just to, like, go out in. And just to see, like, how difficult it is. And like I said, I don't mind it because I like the way it looks. But it is a pain in the ass. It is a pain in the ass. And you can't... wearing a corset especially is... you don't really have a lot of mobility, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really bend over, you know, so if you are, like, sitting down, it's kind of hard to stand up. It's like, I don't, like, if I'm going out, I don't really like to sit, so I have to kind of stand all night. So there's that kind of stuff, too. But it's like I said, I wouldn't wear it if it annoyed me that much, but it is kind of a pain in the ass. So I kind of wish that he could do that just so he could experience it, you know?
What are you talking about?
Wearing a corset.
I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, of course you're not worried about it.
I'm not worried about that shit.
And it's like
my own corset.
And I always kind of
internal corset.
No, I'm just saying that like wearing one, it'd be nice if you wore one like one night, like we were going out, just so you could see what it was like. Like wearing it on one night.
Where'd this shit come from?
No, because somebody said
I fucking leave and
Zach said Tom in a corset.
Yeah,
and that just reminded me of that.
Okay.
That just reminded me of that. We were like laughing about the maid outfit though. I was like, I don't really know. I'm not really into the maid outfit thing.
If it's latex, maybe.
I guess. I do like the latex outfits. Yeah. I like the latex like nurse.
You gotta find you. We gotta get you some latex. Get you some latex for the show, for the fucking stream.
Probably, yeah. I should probably get some because I don't really have.
Probably have to oil yourself though to keep it so it doesn't fucking pull on you.
Yeah, because it'd be like.
Yeah.
Chafe like all night. Yeah,
get like a latex nurse or the latex maid. We could do that too.
Yeah,
or just regular just latex.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I don't know. Do we really want like the nurse? Because so many people have that like nurse outfit.
I'd go for something that's just like black and red.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably better to just go more general.
Basically the same kind of mini dress like this with just latex.
Because, I mean, we've been having, like, decent success on Streammate just with wearing just the the short dresses. Yeah. Because it's easy to, like, pop your titties out of it. It's
easy access.
Right. It's, like, they're short, so you can kind of, like, you know, show legs. And it's like, and I have tights with, like, the, the garters on them. Yeah. So it's like, so you can kind of see that. So it's just kind of like, and they're comfortable. Because we're basically
roll around on the down floor.
Yeah, the way we have it set up now, it's basically we're just like on the floor. So
got a nice fucking little rug.
Yeah, we got a rug and pillows and stuff. Yeah. So we have to have some. So I don't like wear shoes or anything like that because we have to just like crawl around on the floor.
Well, one dude requested shoes though. To put
yeah, we do have shoes there, like if somebody wants, but I don't like wear them for the show because, like I said, I have to crawl around and they just. I
totally understand though. I have a shoe fetish. I fucking love shoes on women. And the more evil those shoes look, the more I like them.
Yeah. Did you show that? Did you show that pair of shoes like last time? That is your favorite.
I'm gonna show them. They're right here.
Oh,
These are pretty basic though.
Which ones?
These right here.
Oh yeah.
This is basic fucking.
Yeah.
That's pretty basic. That guy requested those.
Yeah.
Put those on there.
Tom Losa, there's his favorite.
Yeah, I like those. That's traditional fucking slut shoes there.
Yeah. I think I've worn those out one time.
Very painful.
They are very painful.
Yeah.
They look cool though.
We got these.
Now those I've just worn regular.
Yeah.
Because they don't look like it, but those are fairly comfortable. Now if you stand and dance in them too long, then yeah, they do kind of like fuck up your toes, but.
They're very cute.
But I like those. They're not as uncomfortable as those other ones. Because at least there's like some support in there.
She's got big old fucking long boots that go up to the knees, spikes all over them.
Yeah, I got lots of shoes like that. And those, like I said, I've danced in those like for hours and hours, and it's fine. But sometimes like my feet will hurt the next day. But those high heeled ones, I can barely even walk in those. They're just too precarious.
It's 10:30. You know that?
Too precarious. Yeah, I know. I can see.
Okay.
I can see. Like I said, it's Friday night. We're not going anywhere. So.
Okay, Pookie, let go of it.
Pookie, what are you doing?
She's got her claws cut.
Oh. You all right? Did you get it? We were talking about maybe getting her a friend.
Yeah. Get her a friend to fucking keep her occupied. Zach's now thinking about getting a big old pair of fucking round frame glasses.
I mean, like I said, it depends on the face.
Depends on your face. Round glasses look really good on me, but small ones. I haven't worn them in a long time, but I used to have some.
Yeah, the glasses you have are pretty, like, standard.
Yeah.
Regular-ass glasses. But, see, I didn't think, like, big, huge, round, retro glasses would look good on my face either. But then I was just like, oh, all right. Because I don't know. I just never really liked them personally.
They got to have a thin wire frame around them, too. Can't be real thick. Like those little Harry Potter ones are a lot smaller, but it's thick. It looks pretty good. As long as you got the eyebrow right over it, looks good.
Yeah, because I have some of those too.
Yeah.
Those only look good with certain wigs, though.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I got these ones. Victor asked, "Where's Beijing?" She's downstairs. She's downstairs.
She's sitting on a couch.
Yeah,
she looks out the back window.
She sleeps on the back of the couch and like looks out the back sliding glass door, like pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And she rarely comes upstairs. See, I like these too, but I think they look better with the black wig.
Yeah.
Because they're very heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't really think those work with a round kind of eyebrow that you have on right now. Because she doesn't really have eyebrows; those are painted on. This has to be kind of a higher arching eyebrow, I think, to go over that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just had the same eyebrows that I had for work today.
Yeah.
Because I have to draw them on. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I had this whole deal with the eyebrows where for 10, 11, 12 years, I just shaved the shit off, so I just, like, drew it on. And then for some reason, like, last year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to grow my eyebrows back. So I grew them back,
And
then I was like, oh, wow, I forgot what a pain in the ass.
Zach said that those glasses are missing the nose and the mustache. Fuck you, Zach.
Sort of looks like I need some Harpo Marx action. Maybe that's what I should
He said that because your eyebrows are not quite right for that fucking size frame. If you're going to wear that, your eyebrows have to be up a little bit higher, and they have to be kind of fucking straight arched. You know, not rounded, but like a big traditional fucking 80s goth fucking eyebrow would work for that. It goes like this, you know?
Big ass eyebrow.
Big ass fucking like that. It can't be round, because then you have two circles, one above the other.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, you talk. I'm going to go pee.
She's going to go to the restroom.
Well, this is the first time I've actually been to go pee. You've been several times. Mm-hmm. And I have not been. What are you looking at?
Look at that ass.
Stop looking at that ass.
I'm going to go ahead and take the captain's chair. Taking the captain's chair on this. Yeah. She's like, fuck. All right. See what y'all are up to. I can barely read. Okay, and Zach's talking about the Instagram eyebrow trend. I'm not really quite sure what you're talking about, Zach. What is the Instagram eyebrow trend? See, she just leaves. She just wants me to fucking talk. Like I can just talk out of my head like this. I'm not really like that, though. Okay. He's talking about the Kardashian thick and boxy eyebrows. I wouldn't really know anything about that. I've never seen the Kardashians. That's too normy for me. I don't even know what that is.
I mean, I've kind of seen them, but I don't really remember what they look like.
I don't really, yeah.
I don't really remember what they look like. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I can't even keep track of all this, like, eyebrow trends. You know what I mean? I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna, like, fucking... Like I said, I thought that I would grow them back, and I'm just like, oh, I'll kind of keep them plucked and everything like that. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a pain in the ass. This is why I shaved them off in the first place. Because now you can just draw them on however you want. It's a pain in the ass either way. I wish I looked good without eyebrows.
Nobody looks good without eyebrows.
Except Gia.
Gia, yeah.
We have a friend named Gia who doesn't have any eyebrows, and she doesn't bother putting in. She looks fucking awesome.
Who's Gia?
Without eyebrows. And it's like, every time I say, see, that's the thing that I envy her the most about. I'm like, God damn it. I wish I looked that good without eyebrows, so I didn't have to, like, draw them on. Is that fucked up? Because she's so fucking cute. She looks so fucking good without eyebrows. But, I mean, I guess I could go around without eyebrows, but people look at me like...
Fucking G. It was with J-I-A, right?
No, it's G-I-A.
G-I-A.
I can't remember what her screen name was, though.
Yeah. I don't think that's her screen name because she's not coming up.
She had a different screen name, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, so I don't know what her screen name is.
But she's she's one of the only people that I know personally that looks really good without eyebrows.
Cute lesbian shape. Yeah.
She moved to New Orleans, but she moved back here though, didn't she?
Yeah, she's back. And I think she went back. No, she was here only for a little while. She went back somewhere else. All right, hey, here's a good one. There's me with a bunch of fucking warlocks and stuff.
I can't see anything, Tom. Okay.
Yeah.
When was that?
Bike night.
Oh, okay. So that must have been a while back.
Yeah. Hold on.
Like I said, you should go back. You haven't been in a long time.
Here it is.
They're all missing you.
All that glare.
Yeah, all you can see is the ring light.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
That was at that bike night.
I know that, but I mean, where exactly was that?
Downtown.
Was that
Sanford.
in front of Mannequins or?
No, that was at Throwbacks.
Where's that at?
Across the street from Mannequins and up.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The retro.
I know where that
the
is.
retro '80s arcade.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I've never been in there, but I've passed it.
That's out front of it. That's Little Smalls.
Yeah, they have a thing every Tuesday night in downtown Sanford where all the bikers go down there and hang out like for most of the day. Most of the evening, I guess. Kind of go around to the different bars and kind of hang out. Because like sometimes we go to Mannequins on Friday night and it's like some of the bike night people are there and then it's like, hey, it's Tom.
Sport bikes and Harleys.
Yeah, it's a nice crowd, it seems like.
And then it gets dark.
Downtown Sanford is actually, it's small, but it's actually like a pretty nice...
That's my friend's Harley Quinn
little area.
Hayabusa. That was his Harley Quinn themed Hayabusa. He's got 3 Hayabusas. Little shorty. That's what it's like at night. You have about fucking 60 bikes out. There's some Harleys. Cops come. The Sanford cops are. There's my buddy's Chopper. Chop Sportster. He's got 70s style.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. That's my bike next to it. You can't really see much of it though. This is my bike. One of them. My Buell. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good shot of it there.
Yeah, my bike's famous around here. You can't buy that bike. You got to build it.
Like I said, nobody has that.
Nobody has that bike. It's a Buell Firebolt with a lightning tail on it and a bunch of custom modifications. Okay.
Zach says, I guess 70s natural makeup and clothes are kind of making a comeback, which I like because that stuff looks so easy and comfortable. I mean, I like that stuff too, but I don't know. I'm always been good. Well, and the thing about it is that coming from kind of the goth and punk scene, I'm always kind of like, if I'm gonna wear makeup, I want it to look like makeup. I don't want it to look like, oh, I have makeup on, but I want it to look like I don't have any makeup on. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to look deliberate. I know there's a whole like no makeup look. You know? Yeah. And I kind of feel like some people is like, oh, look, I have no makeup on, except they do. But they're just trying to make it look like they don't have any makeup on. I'm not into that. If you're going to have makeup on, I want it to look like you have makeup on. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to look like fucking crazy. So, I'm kind of more into that. But I get it. You know, I get the whole... 70s were very... you know, they wanted to be kind of, oh, we're all natural, we've all got bush and everything. Yeah. Which, like I said, that's cool, but, you know, I'm not into that myself. But
certain aspects of that look worked.
It depends on the person. Yeah. It will just kind of like everything else. Like, so on some people it works, and some people not so much.
I thought certain elements worked and other elements didn't. You know what I mean? It was a mixture of stuff. Like, some of the 70s hair was good, some of it was bad.
Yeah.
The female styles in general looked better than the male styles. I've seen some 70s looks that were kind of like goth and biker that they had back then that looked really good. But there were certain elements in it that didn't look good, like they were wearing fringe and shit. I didn't really like that.
Yeah, I'm not really about the fringe.
It was the mixtures that were there. But then every now and then you'd see one where the outfit looked tight. You're like, yeah, that does look good. they had the same problems that we had in the 80s and the 90s. Sourcing. You couldn't go to a store to buy any of that shit.
Right.
You couldn't find it. And what they were selling off the rack was just like corporate, almost communist mass production clothes. They looked like everything else people wore. They were generic. The people with the best clothes were people that could afford designer custom clothes, like David Bowie. David Bowie would buy Japanese stuff. He was buying boots that inspired all the goth boots from Japanese designers, like the big platforms and stuff. Goth boots came from David Bowie, and he got that from Japan.
A lot of goth came from David Bowie.
Yeah.
And Velvet Underground.
Yeah. Then Bowie would wear shit like fucking jumpers, but they were like knee high, like a jumpsuit, but it only went up to your knee, and long sleeved. And he'd wear those fucking boots with it. It looked really good. It was like he's wearing like a turquoise jumpsuit, looked like something from space. And then he'd have a mullet, which he thought was high tech as fuck, but it was all fucking a mullet. It'd be fucking bright red with an eye patch on. You know, it's just crazy shit. I didn't really understand. I was a big Bowie fan coming up as a teenager. I didn't understand what I was seeing a lot of times, but I just enjoyed it. I liked his style, loved his music. Now I know he's LARPing, and then
Sure.
and then he was LARPing in every fucking.
Like decades before.
Long before there was a thing
that.
called LARPing. He'd come out with an album, and he's a new character
Right.
on that album. It's LARPing, you know, LARPing as a dude who thinks he's an alien rock star.
Well, he was applying
shit.
to an album what writers would apply to a novel.
There you go. It was multimedia. It was all kinds of stuff.
And he was kind of one of the first people to do that.
Yeah, and it was ahead of its time, and we didn't really know what was going on. Well, who's him? He's a character in every one of those albums. None of that's him.
Right.
You know.
Fucking genius. I would still say.
Genius, way
ahead of his time.
And you know what's funny is that I remember in the like around 94, 95, I saw an interview with Bowie, and Bowie was predicting how the internet would change everything. He said we're in an era now where reality is dictated to you through these television channels. And he says soon every person will have their own television channel. There won't be a center to it. There'll just be a bunch of different cliques, each with their own thing. There won't be a mainstream culture. He fucking called it. He was foreseeing the effects of what YouTube would do and social media. Bowie was the shit, man. He was the shit.
Yeah, he was like a visionary.
Yeah.
And, well, I like that, though. I kind of like I said, I do kind of miss some things about the 80s, but I don't think that I would want to go back. Because I do like the way that everything is a lot more democratized nowadays. Like, everyone can just kind of do their own thing.
They don't have gatekeepers like they used to.
Well, there's
only 4 fucking networks in the United States.
I mean, in the 80s...
they dictated reality to you.
I mean, in the 80s, there was a very distinct mainstream culture.
Yeah.
And that was something that, if you were into, like, an alternative subculture like we were, then, you know, that was something... I don't know if you were necessarily rebelling against it, but you were just like, yeah, I don't really... You were rejecting it. You were rejecting it, basically. Lame. You're like, lame, I don't want to do that. Yeah. But it's like, nowadays, I don't even know if there's such a thing anymore.
No.
Is there?
No.
I wouldn't know, but I'm just saying.
It's almost tribal. No.
Now everyone's just kind of got... Now it's just like a whole bunch of subcultures, and like they each have their own thing going on.
Yeah, which Bowie foresaw that. And I remember when he was saying that in the 90s, I could only kind of envision what he was talking about. But he was right.
I mean, to be honest, outside of, like, horror movies and, like, goth shit and, like, true crime, I have no fucking idea what's going on otherwise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I read the news and shit like that, but I don't focus on it. That's kind of my whole main thing. Well, and nobody could, because there's just so much stuff happening, so it's just kind of like no one person can keep track of all of it. So you just kind of have to focus on
Zach's saying when he
shit
thinks
that
of
you
the
like.
70s, he thinks of Sissy Spacek. Sissy Spacek had a 70s look that was kind of... She had an alternative sexy look. I remember her as a kid, and I remember like my babysitters and stuff talking about her.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid. Sissy Spacek was almost kind of like a goth girl for her time because she was little and she was skinny and she was cute and she was very vulnerable looking and kind of dingy. Not real smart, I would say, but in an endearing way. She would look very vulnerable. But there's something about her look is that she was attractive. And there was something... You're right. There was a big 70s quality to her. It's like some chick you would meet at the fucking Led Zeppelin concert or something. You know. She was cute.
Her being in Carrie was like perfect casting.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because she's like exactly the right combination of nerdy,
oddball,
and awkward, but also like super cute. So you could buy that she got horribly bullied, and you could also buy that, you know, if somebody kind of like took the time to like dress her up and shit like that she would actually be quite beautiful.
And you could buy that Tommy Ross. Bought it. You could buy that Tommy Ross, the character Tommy Ross, not me. You could buy that Tommy Ross would go for her.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I like that adaptation, because it's like everything seems believable. Yeah. They did a remake, which was okay, but Chloe Grace Moretz was in it, and it's like no one is gonna believe that Chloe Grace fucking Moretz was bullied because she's gorgeous. So it's just kind of like, and Sissy Spacek is gorgeous too, but gorgeous in a
way.
Right, she's gorgeous like in an oddball kind of way. So you could still kind of buy that she would have been picked on.
She was very pretty and very feminine, but she had a ghostly quality to her. When you looked at her, she had a very ghostly quality, kind of pale and very white and kind of sickly looking. Sad to say, kind of sickly looking, fucking long blonde hair, but still pretty, like a ghost.
Yeah. Which I'm into that. I like that look.
Yeah.
So I always thought she was beautiful.
She's cute. Yeah.
Zach says she's like really pretty but still looks like a normal person, and I love casting like that. Yeah, I think that was one of the things that made that adaptation of Carrie so enduring. Is that they really captured the essence of that character. Because like I said, you could totally buy that she had been picked on her whole entire life. Like she was a little bit awkward and stuff like that. But then you could still buy that she was like, when she was dressed up, she was like really pretty. And like you still bought it. It wasn't like, because you know how they made those movies, and they made a lot of these in like the 90s and like the early 2000s. Like movies like, what was that movie called? Like She's All That and stuff like that. Where it was just kind of like, oh, here's this awkward nerdy girl. And it's basically like, obviously like a super hot girl that just has her hair pulled back and glasses on. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, later we'll take the glasses off and put her hair down. Oh my God, she's gorgeous. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, come on. How dumb do you think we are? But it's, you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like Sissy Spacek had a good, like she's obviously beautiful, but you could still buy that she was like bullied and awkward and stuff like that at the same time.
She had the genetics. She looked like something from Oklahoma or fucking Appalachia or something, you know, something from out in the country.
Yeah, like I said, she looked like a normal person. Yeah. She didn't look like a Hollywood, what you would normally think of as like a Hollywood starlet type of person. She had like her own, which I always kind of found a lot more attractive because, like I said, they're more distinctive.
Yeah.
The hot actresses or whoever are a dime a dozen, and they all kind of look alike after a while. So I kind of like ones that have a distinctive look to them.
Having grown up all over the whole world, born in California, but it was actually kind of had roots in Mississippi, and then fucking growing up as a teenager in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then going to Korea and all over the world, Florida, fucking Louisiana, been fucking Boston and the New England area. People outside, people in California and New York fucking don't have a good grasp on what the rest of the country's like. They don't realize how pretty people can really be in places like Oklahoma or Mississippi or just out in the middle of nowhere. You can just run into a person who's just, they might not look like a California superstar model. It's not that look. It's a different kind of look. And you might get, if you're a fucking, real sophisticated or something, you might be kind of turned off by, the fact that they're not wearing designer clothes or something, and they don't look like they stepped out of a club. But no, they had real pretty women in the South, especially in the 70s and the 80s.
Well, there's pretty people everywhere,
Yeah, and cute.
Oh, you were done talking.
Yeah, I just said cute, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were done. Yeah, Victor said, just take off her glasses and ponytail. Yeah, it's like, and I always kind of hated that about, like I said, a lot of those kind of, and I feel like this was maybe a 90s thing, but there was a lot of movies that came out where it's just like, oh, ugly duckling gets turned into like a hot girl. And it's like, but that's very obviously like a hot girl to start with. She just, oh, we're trying to make her look nerdy. We'll put some glasses on her and pull her hair back, and that's it. Like, well, maybe we'll put a dumpy sweater on her.
Yeah.
But it's like, you could still tell that was like super hot. Like, she was a super hot girl.
Yeah, well, that's what Spacek had going for her, because she wasn't one of those.
Yeah.
She obviously...
She was just a genuinely, like, naturally pretty. Yeah. And she looked like a normal person, but like a beautiful normal person.
Yeah, but she could be kind of, like I said, spooky looking too. I mean,
yeah,
you could put her in the haunted house in fucking Disneyland's haunted house, and she'd fit right in.
Yeah,
she looked like a ghost at the haunted
house. And that's no offense. I love the haunted mansion.
She looked like a cute ghost at the haunted house.
Yeah. That's like super funny. But like I said, that's why that was like really good casting. Yeah. And that's why I think, like I said, I love Chloe Grace Moritz, but I think that them casting her as Carrie in the remake was probably not the right decision, because like obviously everybody knows what she looks like. She's super cute to start with, and I just found it hard to believe that she would be like picked on, like looking the way she looks. Yeah, they try to like nerd her up or ugly her up or whatever, but it's like it didn't work. She's still her, you know what I mean? She still looks like that. So it's better to get somebody that's like more regular looking, but like I said, and I think that Sissy Spacek like had that. And she's great in other shit too. Like I know she's probably best known for that, but Zach says, or like an indie movie about the dull life of like a McDonald's cashier, but it's Angelina Jolie. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have seen some just regular ass people just like walking around that were just working in a store or whatever, that were, I don't know about hot as Angelina Jolie, but were like super hot or were like super beautiful. So it does happen, but it's hard, it doesn't happen that often. So I think that if you put it in a movie, like people aren't gonna buy it. You know what I'm saying? You have to have somebody that looks more like a regular person. And in a way, I kind of feel like, I always felt like the British film industry was like way ahead of us on this one, because they do seem to have a lot more movies and TV shows that just have regular ass looking people in them. And sometimes they're good looking, and sometimes they're just kind of average looking, or sometimes they're not that good looking, but it's just kind of, it's more realistic to me. I don't need to have like super hot looking, but to me, it's like if you have super hot looking people like in a movie, it almost kind of like takes you out of it, because you're like, you don't buy it. You know what I mean? She's like, this isn't a regular person. And especially if it's, like Zach said, if it's just somebody that's doing, like, regular shit. It's like, we're making a movie about somebody that lives in a trailer park and, you know, does this and that and, like, works at Dollar General or whatever. And then they look like some fucking hot... Like, no one's gonna buy that. You know what I mean? You have to... They don't have to be ugly. They can be pretty, but you can't, they can't be like Hollywood pretty, you know what I mean? Because no one's gonna fucking buy that shit. Because like, you look like that, why the fuck do you wouldn't work there if you looked like that? Come on. But yeah, so I'm just saying. But yeah, so I think that's kind of the problem. Victor says, all the hot TikTok dudes I follow are from California. Yeah, I believe it. Zach says, or Fatal Attraction, Michael Douglas and Glenn Close were good looking back in the day, but they still look like the average person. I think it makes it more immersive. Yeah, it does make it more believable. Like I said, the whole thing about a movie is that you have to be able to immerse yourself in the fiction, right? So it's just like, if there's an element that's distracting, even if it's this person is too good looking for the role that you're expecting me to believe that they're playing, then that's an issue. Glenn Close is a beautiful woman, but she's not like what they would call a traditionally beautiful woman. You know what I mean? So I think it was good that they got her. She's less beautiful and like more sexy, I guess, because there's a difference between those two things. Incidentally, my favorite Glenn Close role is in Dangerous Liaisons, which if you have not seen that adaptation, they've made it a couple of times, and I read the novel as well. I actually, one of the things I was trying to like impress myself, because I took French in high school, and I tried to read it in the original French when I was in high school. I kind of understood about a third of it, I think, but then I read it in English translation. It is a good play. But they made it a couple of times, but the one with John Malkovich, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Glenn Close is still my favorite one, and I've seen that movie like a million times. And I think that is probably my favorite Glenn Close role. And probably my favorite John Malkovich role as well. I just love that fucking movie. That's one of my favorite fucking movies ever. But that's the thing, like, Glenn Close in that movie, you could buy, like, she's not beautiful, but you could believe that she was, like, sexy enough to manipulate, like, all these people around her. Like, she was very imperious. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, we've talked about this before. Sexy and beautiful are two different things. That's two different things.
Yeah, yogurt looks good. Got the yogurt cooling out.
The yogurt that's making...
made a half-gallon of yogurt in the Instant Pot.
In the Instant Pot.
Yeah.
We're going
to see what it tastes like.
I mean, hopefully it'll
be ready tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll see.
A lot cheaper than buying it.
Yeah.
Just make it.
I think I still got some in the fridge. I get that Chobani kind of that has like the mix-ins. I have key lime, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're talking about. I was laughing about Zach saying about a movie about a McDonald's cashier, and they look like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Although, no, hey man, fucking, I've been at McDonald's fucking up around Sanford and everything. Not Sanford, where's Altamont where we used to live, and the girls were cute in there.
Well, like I was saying,
they pay a lot of money.
Like
now.
I said, I would. You know, there are like a lot of, because I've been to fast food restaurants and there were like really like good looking people like working there.
Yeah.
But if you put it in a movie, people wouldn't necessarily.
They don't believe it.
They wouldn't buy it. Yeah. So that's the thing. You're trying to get people to like buy into the fiction. But then he was talking about Glenn Close, and I was talking about Fatal Attraction, and then I was talking about Dangerous Liaisons, which is another movie we have not reviewed. Even though that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I've seen it a couple times. I saw it in the Army a couple times when I was up in Egypt.
I love that fucking movie.
We had the VHS, we would watch it.
I told him, I said I tried to like be cool and like I tried to read it in high school because I took French, and I tried to read it in the original French. Which was only partially successful.
My friend Eric, the guy that moved into the bad house with me afterwards, he fucking liked that movie, and every time he'd fucking get into a jam, he just would go, "It's beyond my control." And whenever he started saying it was beyond his control, it means he was gonna do some fucked up shit.
Oh my god, I love it.
Beyond control, it's beyond my control.
And I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie so many times. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, but we should review that.
Okay.
Oh, I kind of want to watch it again now. Yeah. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
That movie, like most of my favorite movies are horror movies, but non-horror movies that are my favorite. Dangerous Liaisons probably my favorite. Amadeus is probably one of my other favorites. I fucking love Amadeus.
We grew up watching that shit.
Oh my god. That was the first Blu-ray I think I ever bought. No, the first DVD I ever bought.
Yeah.
When I bought a DVD player, the first DVD I bought was Amadeus.
It was I liked the movie.
The second one was Clockwork Orange.
It's still a good movie to watch it, but I didn't realize as a kid I just liked it, and then as an adult I went back and watched it and realized how annoying fucking Mozart is in that fucking...
Well, yeah, he's supposed to be.
He would drive you up the fucking wall.
He's supposed to be.
He was supposed to be like that. But,
yeah. Well, the whole thing about it, and like I said, it's not based on reality. Like, some of it is. It's based on a play, and it was kind of like... The play was sort of like, kind of hyping up the rivalry between Salieri and Mozart, which... wasn't really the case. I mean, I've read I'm fascinated by Mozart, so I've read like a lot of biographies of him, and a lot of that stuff, not so much. Like they were mostly friends, and they collaborated on a lot of stuff. There's absolutely no evidence that Salieri like killed him or anything like that, but that a lot of people have that perception now because of that play and then that movie that they made about it. But it's still like a great fucking movie. Milos Forman, he was the one that directed it. Did he get the Oscar for that? He got nominated for sure. 84, I think that came out.
It was on cable for years straight.
God damn it, I love that movie. Yeah. It's like, that's another movie that I never ever get sick of. I've probably seen that movie 100 times.
Not like The Shining.
Yeah, it's just one of those movies, like I said, The Shining or The Thing, Amadeus, Dangerous Liaisons. If you ask me right now, like you want to watch it, even though I've seen it 100 times, fuck yeah, I'll watch it again. I don't know why. It's just they're very comforting. Clockwork Orange is another one like that. Like I've also seen that about 100 times.
It is 11.
Okay.
We gotta shut this shit down.
I guess we should.
Yeah, we gotta fucking.
Even though I'm having it, yeah, we should. We should probably have some more peanut butter cookies too. I feel
I got some. I got a bunch.
Because it's Friday night. I don't have to get up tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
So yay.
We'll sleep in.
Yeah, Victor said I remember renting a Blu-ray movie at Blockbuster and getting mad because it wouldn't play on my DVD player. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't buy a DVD player until later, because I didn't have the money to be up on the latest technology or whatever. But when I finally got a DVD player, Amadeus was the first movie that I bought. I thought what's his face who played Mozart was adorable as fuck. Tom Hulse. He was in some other shit too. He was in a movie called Slam Dance, which was actually quite good. If I remember, I haven't seen it in a while. But if you want to watch that, I really liked it. I mean, he was in a lot of other shit too, but I kind of feel like that role sort of defined him. But like I said, he was supposed to be annoying. He was supposed to be annoying because the whole point of the movie was that you were seeing things from Salieri's point of view. It was Salieri's flashback. He was talking about it. So you're going to see Mozart the way he saw him. So that's kind of how I took it. But it's a great fucking movie. I love that fucking movie so much. Now, like I said, now I want to watch that again too. But we'll see. I think I have it someplace. I don't know. All right, so we're going to wrap it up because we've been on here a very long time. But that's okay. All right, so we're going to be back on Sunday. I don't know what movie we're going to be talking about yet because we haven't watched one. So we'll think of something. Maybe one of y'all's suggestions. We'll look into it. Or maybe one of the movies we were just talking about. We'll look into that too. We'll see how that goes. It'll be a surprise. It'll be for you guys and for us. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this rambling discussion this evening. Have a good rest of your Friday night. Have a good day tomorrow. We'll see you guys again on Sunday for the movie review. Good night.